I don't know who's doing the intro because
Oh yeah, we didn't discuss that. We didn't discuss that.
Hey, welcome to Fans of Power, episode 337. You know who we are. We're waiting on Tom. So when Tom shows up, he'll pop in. I messaged you guys while the intro was going in the group chat. I'm like, who wants to do the intro? I'm like, let's just.
Oh, I thought it said Tom wants to do the intro. Oh, for some reason I thought like he's not even here and he wants to do the intro. What an asshole! I could have swore I thought
we're waiting for my Tom Bryski to show up.
Yeah. Yes.
He was stuck in traffic, and then he got home kind of late, and then he sent me the concept stuff, which we're gonna get to later. And he probably just needed to eat and like take a shit and stuff. So we'll just chill and hang out.
I see you got my wieners on your shirt. Let's see what those look like.
Oh yeah. You like the wieners on the shirt, Joe? The link is down below.
Joe's got his wieners on shirts now for you to buy. So
if you're into that kind
of thing, that might be the hottest. Might be the hottest.
I mean, when they have like annual sausage fest and stuff like that, I'm sure the shirts be pretty popular.
Yeah, but just click the link, go buy this random shirt. I feel like it is a good conversation starter, People are like, what is
I couldn't even imagine you wearing that in public, what people would even say. Like, wait, what?
Oh, I'm going
Did you wear that outside or no?
No, not this go around. There is part of me, I'm thinking about just wearing it every week on the show going forward. So this is like my thing,
I say go for it.
But I would like to see it in public.
Joe, I'm not getting
I'd say try to wear it out in public, though,
just so you know.
Nope, that's it. Shoot.
Yeah, no matter how much you bet.
He didn't hear a word I said.
No, he did. He's too busy fucking talking.
I said I'm not wearing your wieners on a shirt.
Oh, shit. I told Nathan, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just take that down. He's like, no, leave it up there. He's like,
leave it up. It's funny.
It is. It's a
of
cool
all the other weird bullshit that's on T-Public, man. That's probably one of the most least offensive things you'll find in a search for email.
Exactly.
Yeah, because surprisingly now when you put up an image now, they do say, "Is there mature content?"
Hang on. Wait a second. This is not Tom Bryski. What is going on here?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. It was who? Wait, who's in here with us?
We have to turn this way. This way? This doesn't make sense.
How
is it our guests always have a better looking mask than I do?
Wait, what's going on? This isn't Tom.
Yeah.
Tom's still running late.
Is this Faker Joe?
Okay.
Who's the real Joe?
Fake Joe on the show. Is this really gonna be a thing?
Now, does this guy, does he use his hands like this a lot? Because Modulok, he likes talking with his hands. I can't tell who the real one is. That's just kind of strange. The scarf is almost identical.
That's really
like
weird.
My cousin Vinny.
Wait a minute.
What are you guys doing here? Like, is this really like? Are we gonna do a show with Fake Joe?
Who is the real Joe?
Wait a minute.
I don't think I. Have we?
He's got the video games in the back of him too.
Have we been with?
By asking
Joe
like what we ate for supper. Say who ate? What did you have for supper today? And then you find
Tyler looks like somebody farted.
I just feel like this podcast is catering to the homeless entirely way too much right now.
Wait a second, that might be the real Joe right there. He's got some munchies and shit. So
yeah,
could be it. It's time to axe me.
Well,
Joe, are you stealing people's identities? Wait.
I'm just gonna ignore him.
You guys kind of sound the same too.
A graphic. Can you find a way to put up a graphic over him that just says "Fake Joe" or "Mask Guy"?
Well, I mean, I can put up the names here, and I mean, it checks out. It says Joe Amato.
This is identity theft. I can't believe this.
He even had the little mannerisms going on.
And
I'm not even April Fool's Day, right? Like,
and he's even got the bookcase in back of him with books. Remember those like
books? Yes. All my huge book collection. Because I run a library in my off time. So yeah.
Oh my god, how is it he has a better mask than me? That really makes no sense. It really doesn't make any sense.
Joe, maybe.
Well, that could be. I want to ask this real Joe how he printed that out, what kind of material he's got, because I want it. I was like, I want that mask.
Clearly, you already have one, so like, yeah.
Look, mine's still leaking. Well, not leaking. I guess that sounds kind of sick. But it's still sweating. I got to get a new one. Mine sweats. I'm sure yours doesn't.
I came up with a brilliant idea. I'm wearing a headband under it, so like, yeah, it stays.
See, that's the thing. I don't think the real Joe is that smart. So we might be
exactly. The real Joe is this.
Really?
He doesn't use a headband. Look, this is the real Joe. He puts some tissue on this mask and he puts it on his head so it doesn't, so I can see better too and stop the sweating. So I might be the real one. It's a possibility. I got to see this headband though. He's got to
wait,
undo his
hang
I
on
don't
here.
His hair is
now
long
we have
too.
Tom
It looks like
Bryski. Look,
Tom,
Wait,
you're
what?
not Joe Amato.
What the?
What?
Wait, now I
yeah,
wait.
there's
What the
this Joker
fuck?
here just-
We're
he
trying to
thinks he's
figure out who the
skinny.
Who
fuck
is
the
I
real
don't know.
What's
Joe
going
is.
on now? No,
Yeah,
What a mess.
can someone please like
what? You see,
tell
guys had
him
this planned
that
all
I'm the
ahead of
real
time.
Joe?
Wait, what's going
One
on?
of you.
He even has that weird way I talk and the mannerisms. Who is this? Who the fuck is this guy?
Look, fake Joe.
I don't get it.
I'm
It's-
just gonna
you're
address
kinda
you directly right now. Like clearly you're a big fan, but like I don't know if this is really an appropriate time for you to just jump in here and steal my identity. It's kind of offensive. Not gonna lie.
Who the fuck is this, Nathan? What did you guys do? What the hell is going on? Who is that?
I don't know. I thought it's Joe Amato.
Wait.
It's a good
Wait,
mimic,
Joe-
and even the
Wait,
voices.
Joe Amato. I thought you were Motu Joe.
Okay.
That was the
okay.
original one.
I gotta draw the fucking line right there. Yeah.
He
Like,
curses.
no, let's-
This is
let's
great.
not
This is,
do
Wait a minute.
I'm starting to enjoy this guy more than me.
But John, I
It's
don't
like,
know
I don't-
which one to kill.
But the Tasmanian Devil with the Tasmanian Devil shirt,
Right.
Joe.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got the
My
long
Looney Tunes
hair, and
shirt,
I'm
which-
not seeing the long hair on the Friday the 13th, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
Wait,
I got
wait,
this
hold on,
back
hold
in,
on,
like
hold on.
1993.
He got that back in 1993.
About 93, 94.
Tyler.
I can't remember exactly, but
Come on, Tyler.
Yeah.
Who is this? You know who this is? You gonna tell me? Somebody gonna tell me what's going on?
I don't care.
Tyler doesn't
This
know.
is
Okay.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I don't
first of
fucking
all,
know.
Fake Joe, why don't you show us your proof? Like how are you gonna prove that you are really me? Oh yeah. Look
You're
around,
fine. You're just
look
gonna have
around.
to reveal
Yeah.
that dead hooker, Joe.
It's looking.
He's got
I don't
nothing.
know what to do.
All right.
Good luck there, buddy.
Wait a second. The real Joe model back in 1993. Well, when the hell was that?
Bought a Tasmanian
in the
Devil
day-
shirt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Now listen,
You
it was
ever- you ever seen
92.
that?
I won the Super Nintendo contest through Pepsi, and I still got the cap. Only the real Joe model has that. And I had to call in. It was a day I was sick. And
I don't.
home.
That's really
And-
blurry. That could be anything.
Yeah, that you could have just found that on the sidewalk. In fact, you probably did, but like really, like
I've actually.
are we gonna do this? Are we gonna okay. All right.
Well,
I'm gonna do
I think the
Pulling out
only
my
way.
wall.
I think the only way to do.
Wait.
Hey, make me big.
If he,
Oh, we're not.
he
We're
went
not
through
a
the
Zoltar
effort of
machine
making
here,
an
bud.
ID, this is gonna freak me out.
Oh my
now.
god.
Are you? What the fuck?
It's
This is
official.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Huh?
What the
So-
fuck?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
mama's
the rest now, like obviously I'm the real Joe.
Can't argue with that.
Well,
Can you
This
okay?
is
Can you
great.
top that?
who have I been hanging out with the past?
You know what'd be
5
better?
years?
I'll tell you
Wait a
what would be
minute, wait a
better if
minute.
you don't
All right,
reveal who this
What
is.
are you
let's let
talking
Tom
about?
speak. Let's let
Wait.
Tom speak.
So, in order to prove who's who, one shows an ID, the other shows a pop bottle cap.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go with the ID.
Yeah, I think we know
God
who.
damn it.
Yeah.
But
I
then
don't
the
even
bottle
know who
cap is
this is,
so
'cause this
Joe. Joe probably doesn't even have an ID.
Oh, okay, hang on there. Like this is
so
stupid.
conf-
This is just dumb. I don't even like this anymore. This is freaking me out.
I guess the real Joe Amato is just gonna have to unmask himself.
I want to know who this is, but then I don't because I'm intrigued. This is
Go for it,
crazy.
mask guy.
This is
On three,
Come
both
on.
of you. Ready?
Let's see
One,
who you really are.
two.
God damn
Okay,
it, Nathan.
yeah. No.
I legit
nothing.
don't know.
Wait.
I've never
Here it comes.
met.
Here comes the Tom Cruise reveal. Nope. Nothing. Still just gonna sit there looking like
Do
me.
I know who this
Okay.
is, Nathan?
I
I don't
even
know.
what it
Do
is.
you? Obviously, you stole his identity.
That's even a
Right?
goddamn
See,
scarf
Reeves
is
knows
like
what I'm
a
talking
hat.
about. Like you guys all know that I'm the real Joe, and this guy
He
is
called
just
me Reby. That's why
playing
we
like
know.
an
We know
idiot.
it's
Like
Joe.
yeah, and I think what it
That's
is
it.
he's like a big
What
fan of
the
the show, obviously, and he thought it would be fun to come on here and mess with all of us. But like, he's not even. I can't even be his favorite person on the show. Like, because he's making fun of me. So I think he's actually a fan of Tyler. Yeah. So is that really
nobody's
Joe,
a
is that-
fan of me, dude.
Are
Like,
you really like a big fan of Tyler, and that's why you had to come on here and clown on me?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I like the mannerisms. I like the voices, like almost identical, dropping some f-bombs. But that fucking idea is classic. Oh my god, you guys went through a lot of effort. Is everybody in on this, or was it just Nathan? Who all knew? Tyler, did you know about this too?
I know very, very little of this. So
Many knew a little, but very little. Rebecca, did you
Tyler-
know a lot
Tyler
about this?
generally knows very little, so like I don't think that's a big surprise.
Jesus, and he's insulting Tyler. What the hell? This is almost believable. Starting to think I have
But
nothing.
that's the chat. The chat. Who do you think is the real Joe Amato? Is it Tasmanian Devil or Friday the 13th?
Well, that could almost be a giveaway. Come on now, you guys know my obsession with Friday.
But like I
the
don't
13th,
like
it's got to
Looney
be
Tunes,
me.
though. Come on.
Or if
Really?
the chat knows. I want the chat to figure out who this is, though. Maybe they
Well,
have some
that's
guesses
the thing.
who the hell this is, 'cause
See, I don't think. Well, I don't think
I
the real
can't
Joe
represent my
Amato.
favorite I can't represent my favorite fandom every single day. Sometimes I've got to do laundry. So
See, the real Joe Amato doesn't wash his clothes.
look,
So.
I've got a paint stain right
Did he just
here.
rub his nipple?
No,
He did.
out of here. There's a paint stain right here. Come on. So do we have a
All right.
This
We can go ahead and end the bit now. Tyler
Yeah,
looks
are we
like
gonna-
he's ready to
Are we
blow
gonna
his
take?
head
Are
off.
we gonna take votes or something?
I think I know who the real Joe Amato. I
I
sent.
think we all know who the real Joe Amato is. As Tom pointed out, one has ID, one has a fucking bottle cap. Let that speak for itself.
Yep.
Joe Amato unmasked.
Jesus, how did you get him on here? How did you know my mannerisms? And shit? I didn't know that you knew my
They're
mannerisms.
mine.
Joe's been Johnny this entire time?
Yes.
How
Yes.
the hell did you do? When did you guys plan this?
Who
That's
are
fucking
you?
crazy. I didn't know you knew my.
That's Motu Joe.
Oh, Motu Joe. Okay, so that's Motu Joe. You're Joe Amato /
How long have you guys planned this shit?
Just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes, but you made an ID, a fucking ID that looks authentic. I mean, I was like, there's no way he's gonna. I want that ID,
Yeah,
goddamn
you
it.
need to mail that to him. Then.
Yeah,
I was just saying the idea make
I'll
a great
send you the
t-shirt.
file. Let the FBI arrest you.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. No, it's awesome. Well, thanks.
I didn't even know about the ID thing. That was awesome. You even had
I
no
told you
file
I
on
had
there.
proof that I was the real Joe.
Who planned it though? Whose plan was it? Nathan or Rebecca?
This was
or who
Johnny's
planned this?
idea.
Oh, it was really?
Mm-hmm.
No shit, man. No,
He
that's
messaged
great
me
having you on.
with this idea.
Oh,
Yeah, I was actually
Ed,
I was gonna like try and carry it on for like the whole episode, but I was hoping that we could actually like get into the actual discussion first. I didn't want to just totally hold it up, but
that would have been awkward.
That
That was
so
cool,
great,
man.
though.
yeah, because I was gonna like bring up. I was like, oh yeah, you're probably the guy that was at PowerCon, and you doing your little Bigfoot walk and stuff. Yeah, very cute.
That's good stuff.
It would be convincing. It would be
Tom,
convincing. I was like, that's the best cosplay you ever done right there.
Well, that's the thing. Like now, I actually want to like go to a convention and cosplay as Joe Amato. Enter the costume contest.
Exactly.
PowerCon
You win the-
2023.
you
Because
win
you
the-
sound like me. You have the mannerism.
That's just me. Like, yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
are already like
I just
very
turned up my volume a little bit, and I'm you. So yeah,
You both have a long
Yeah,
hair.
that's it.
yeah.
It's like
Hey, but at least we have another short-haired person on the show this week, so Tyler
Hey
has
Tom,
company.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Tom, how are you, man? We haven't really given you much of an opportunity to say anything yet. You are on the thumbnail
I'm
after
being
all.
thoroughly. I'm being thoroughly entertained. I'm totally fine with this. I'm good. It's been a while. I know that we've been trying for a while to get back together on the podcast, and just circumstances with life just kept it from happening. But I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's
Thanks
great
for
to have
being
you
here.
back. My Tom Bryski. Oh, and
Is there?
me and Johnny had a question because I call you Bryski, he calls you Bryski. Which one is right?
The correct answer? The correct answer is Bryski.
Bryski. Okay,
Cool.
so I've been saying it wrong. Johnny's had it right this whole time.
Nice.
So he's
Is
been
there
your friend
I think
this long, and your good friend, and you said his last name wrong. Great job. Good job.
I'm not allowed to do it.
I don't even know if I ever actually heard you say your last name, or if I just thought Bryski sounds more fun, so I'm gonna say it that way.
I first heard it from Penny Dreadful, so that's why I say it the way I do.
Well, see,
Oh.
the thing is, I've heard so many people say my name incorrectly that at this point, I'm numb to
Is
it.
Tom turning into a robot, or was that just my ears?
Yeah, I don't know what's causing.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom, do you have a headset at all with a microphone or anything?
I do not.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay
Okay.
on you too.
No.
Well, his voice
Yeah.
sounds clearer now. It was just that one
Yeah.
glitch for a bit. So
Hmm.
What I was saying was I've had so many people mispronounce my last name that it doesn't even faze me anymore. So when it happens, I don't even recognize it, and I can't complain because I know that I've butchered last people's names all the time.
Yep,
so
yep.
Fuck, I
Whatever.
butchered
Fuck,
my
Ah.
own name.
Ah,
yeah,
That was a fun little echo. I like that.
Whoa!
I'm trying.
We all went
Oh.
like, God damn! Even Tyler, when his silence went like, whoa!
is it just me?
I think so. Do you
Yeah,
have,
for
like-
me, everyone
Okay.
else sounds pretty
gonna-
clear.
All right, let me disconnect. I'll try coming back on and see if that changes anything.
Okay.
Yeah, because it kind of goes in and out. So
What a
Well,
show
for
we
anybody
have.
wondering,
All right.
this is Johnny Bilson, who's
hello.
very popular in the Mo2 community. I said that on purpose, Joe.
The what kind of community? Wait. What
The
kind of
Mo2
community? again?
community.
Masters, please. Yeah.
Masters of
Oh
the
yeah, he
Universe?
doesn't.
That's
he
what I
doesn't
always
like
call
it
it.
either.
Yeah, I always call it Masters. I just say
Why
Mo2
do you
to
guys
piss
hate
off.
it so much? Because it doesn't bother me at all.
Because it's a fucking abbreviation that people use to type real quick in chat, but out loud you're supposed to just say Masters of the Universe or
Is-
He-Man. You don't
Does it
say
bother you when
MOTU
people
out
say
loud. It's like I want to fucking choke
UFO
somebody. I hate that.
instead? Does it bother you when people say UFO instead of like UFO?
I don't know if I've ever heard someone do that, but
Really?
it would probably
I've
I've
bother
been
me.
hearing
No,
it
I've
a
never heard
lot.
that.
And then in
Really?
the 1970s show UFO, they call it UFO. So in Britain
Oh,
in
well, they-
1970, they were calling it UFO, and now like everybody's fucking calling it UFO.
Well,
Never
actually,
heard.
now everybody's switched over to UAP because it's now unidentified aerial phenomenon, because that's the thing.
Why?
Just to
That
make
just
your life
seems-
difficult.
Exactly. Why keep changing the names of things?
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
welcome
Hey,
back,
he's
Tom.
back.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the weirdest like pronunciations of your name that you've heard?
Bryski is usually the number one, but
Mhm.
I haven't really heard too many variations of that. Mostly that, but it's gotten to the point where it's like I've accepted that as also my last name.
Oh.
I've heard it so often.
Hmm.
I always get my tongue tied trying to pronounce Daniel's last name, Galerter.
Galerter?
I still don't know how to
Same.
pronounce it.
Same. I'm not gonna try. I don't want to.
I'm pretty
I
sure
always
it's
try to
Galerter.
Galerter.
Yeah, but I always feel
Throw
like
an accent in it. Why not?
I always feel like I'm about to like spit up on myself as I try to say it. My tongue gets twisted. But... Oh well. How's everybody else doing?
Good.
Very good.
Doing just fine.
Yeah, having fun.
How was Dragon Con overall?
is awesome. Besides, like Joe fucking stuff up and like breaking pipes and shit, and
All the turd
he
water.
he
smeared
he
through
he,
everywhere.
he like stowed away in our car, and like he went in the parade without his mask on and stuff, and
I went to the 8th
and then he
floor,
broke
was
a
it, or the
pipe in the
7th floor, flooded
Hilton.
it.
He was throwing mushrooms in the fucking Sheraton. And
I'm trying everything.
True story. True story. There was fucking. If you guys go to Dragon Con, never stay at the fucking Sheraton. Stay anywhere else because there's
Good to
mushrooms
know.
growing out of the wall. They had to
And not the
close.
fun kind.
Yeah, not the fun kind.
Oh shit.
Are they
So if
are they are they the good eating kind?
I don't. I would because they're growing in the bathrooms. I wouldn't eat them.
No, probably not a good idea.
No, that's probably not a good idea.
Mm-mm.
But
No, they're not closed down with that. That's crazy.
no, but Dragon Con was really fun overall.
How's the Marriott? That's the one I was looking at.
The Marriott's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my favorite one of the host hotels. Yeah, we've been staying at an Airbnb. It's a little bit long of a walk, but you don't have to compete with the elevators. Catching elevators at Dragon Con is notoriously like a pain in the ass, and you can be waiting for 20 minutes just to get on the floor you need. So
That's kind of how San Diego Comic-Con is. Like this last year when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, I check in early, usually like a day before the whole thing starts, and you get a good room. But I ended up getting the room on the top floor, which was like the 25th floor. And in San Diego Comic-Con, that means you're waiting for every single floor.
oh,
When,
I can imagine that one's crazy. I think I need to go to that one next year, me and John. So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think I've never been to that one. It's so big.
I recommend everybody experience it at least once.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long would it take you when you would get on the elevator just to get all the way down and out?
It seems like an eternity, but it probably only really is like 2 minutes.
Yeah, with just the amount of people though, ramming in there all the time.
Yeah, and then you get, of course, when you gets to the floor and the doors open up and it's already packed with people, then you get the person's like, "Oh, I'll get the next one," and then they
Right.
and it's like, okay.
One experience I had at Dragon Con was we were all got in the elevator. Everybody finally got in it. We were going down. It opens. Obviously, it's at its max capacity. A lady in a scooter comes in and she kind of stops it from. We're like, "There's no room." She's very heavy and she has a gigantic scooter, and she parks herself in the middle of the doorway and she's like, "I'm not moving." And we're like, "What?" She's like, "Not until some of you move." Because I'm in a wheelchair, I deserve to go down. I deserve like special treatment. I'm like, if you were nice, I would gladly give you my space. But now you're being a bitch, and I don't want to.
Was that a direct quote?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna.
You really said
stop
that?
being a bitch.
Wow.
And then that's when
it's
Newt got in a
self-entitlement.
fight with a big lady in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair.
I beat up people in
Did John
wheelchairs.
record it?
No,
By chance? Oh.
no. But
Joe,
that's
you
a
eating
true story.
the bathtub mushrooms over there, man? What's going on?
No, it's my connection looked like it was going shitty, but now it looked a little better. But for a second, it looked like I was going in slow motion. Oh, it's right. Oh, okay, that ain't just me. All right, I thought that my connection was so shitty that was ready to crash the fucking thing. So I was like, "Hey, you might have to X me out of here." But okay, it's the whole thing.
But I know Johnny and Tom, you guys known each other for a while.
That's a little brighter.
Yeah.
As Joe just like not listening to a fucking word I say. Just talk right over me some more, Joe. Go
I
ahead.
think there's a delay.
This is the respect
No,
he
I
gives
didn't
the
mean
women
to. I
on
think
the
there's
show.
a delay.
Is
No,
there a
no, no,
delay?
no, no, no.
It
I
might
really
be
think
where
it's a
there's so many
delay.
people in here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know
I'm having
Tyler's
the
sitting
delays
down
I
there
used
like
to
he's
have.
a prop or something.
Yeah, I'm just,
Nathan,
Anyway.
I know it sounds nuts.
middling
Why
and
don't you
He's
observing.
here to
hear
be
me out for a second?
Tyler's here to be easy on the eyes. Let's be honest.
The eye
Well, you
candy.
get what you pay for there. They're not paying for this shit, so. And I hope to
Dream
be
boat
paid in
maker over
customs, but Joe's very cheap that way. I still haven't received my fucking payment, so might as well just get Rebecca to do it.
Send him
I
some more
finished a
junk
custom
food.
for him.
That's right, she did, Joe. Did you know that?
What was
Excuse
that?
me,
What's
I
that?
didn't hear that, Joe. What's that? Did you hear that? Of course you did.
Oh my god!
I'll give you
I'm
time to
literally
come up
having
with
like
a
I think a
logical
30-second
response.
delay.
I think what I might do is remove myself from here and see if that helps the delay with everybody. So I will do
No.
that.
Let me remove
Yeah.
myself for a second. If you
Oh.
can hear me.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
I'm not experiencing any delays. Oh yeah, we got it, Joe. So just take
Yeah.
that one out of here.
It would have been hilarious if yours was the other Modulac face.
Oh yeah.
That would have been good. Yeah.
No, then that would have been Joe from an alternate universe, though.
No, I mean just now. Just now.
Oh.
Like, if you pick the other one.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm not
Yeah.
experiencing any
We-
delays or anything.
See what
I'm not
what-
either. I'm actually doing fine.
with the just the headband on. He kind of looks like some villain in some teenage 80s comedy.
Yeah, the bully.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Stand Dark, you know. Like,
I would love
sound-
somebody
Yeah,
to come in right now and notice something's a little off about Joe.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not.
yeah. Yeah, I'll just keep
He's
it
Joe,
going.
when did
Oh,
you
hang on.
start wearing rings on your fingers?
Yeah, no. I had them
It's like
off
the
when
full
I was
mob
16
boss
before.
mode. Now I fully expect Joe to just not come back.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like,
And
I
then they
had
all
the
take
delay.
place.
I'm just not coming back. I'm
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be an awesome
no,
magic
it's
trick?
good. It's good. I've got notes. So yeah. Oh, in fact, yeah.
So I know that you said you liked it, but I wanted you to give your rating scale of New York Ninja, Rebecca, from the birthday extravaganza. Con.
Yeah. New York Ninja was amazing. I think it was the best movie I've ever seen. It was definitely one of the best bad movies I've ever seen. I'm so glad I watched that with you guys.
Well, and also just for the fact that it promises on a sequel that we're not gonna get.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
that's a nice
might
touch
make
of
one.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should.
I really think
you know
I
all
think
the
we should
Kung Fu,
make
so
our
you
own.
should you should play him.
Yep,
Who?
LA Ninja. We'll do it.
There you go.
But
I
yeah,
thought
we
it
were talking
was-
about like there's two ways you could go with a movie of LA Ninja. You could do it where it's like, you know, sort of like a serious version. You'd still have to explain the title.
Yeah.
It's gonna be LA Ninja. But like you could do it where it's like kind of like a cool updated version. Or you could just do it just as bad as the original, or yeah. But
I
I think
honestly,
doing it bad
think
on
if-
purpose, like Black Dynamite style, would probably work.
You got to be careful with that because anytime you try to make something purposely bad, you run the risk of it landing flat. I've seen
Right.
that happen.
Right. But that's why I cited Black Dynamite, because that's one movie that did that and actually did it well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare that like it's such a fine line to cross. Like
That
keep
I would
it
do.
funny when you're
there's a
intentionally
crossover
doing
right there. Black Dynamite can team up with LA Ninja.
But Black
Oh.
Dynamite's more of a satire on that kind of genre of filmmaking, though, whereas New York Ninja, I think, was attempting to actually be a legitimately good action movie, and it just wasn't.
that. Right, exactly.
I
trying to be so
agree with you, but that's the thing is that I think that if you get like Michael Jai White and the Black Dynamite crew to make LA Ninja and just have Black Dynamite as a featured character in it too.
This is really wigging me out because you do sound a lot like Joe.
Right?
It's the voice modulator in the mask.
It's got to be.
Even kinda
It's the
laughs
voice
like a
modulator.
Yes.
when it comes to New York Ninja, I liked it, but I didn't like. I prefer more of like Miami Connection and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Okay.
more impressed though by just how they managed to get very like the dubbing correct.
Yeah, the dub,
For the
like
most part.
the voice actors that they got, I was like, holy crap! Oh, I wasn't even like thinking like, whose voice is this? Because I just thought it was just some randos. But yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Nathan. I think as much as I love New York Ninja because it's crazy, it's more for the execution of it and piecing it together and the
Right.
effort they went into making it into
Exactly.
something.
The way it came together is so unique and it's like such a story. It's awesome.
Yeah, but if I were to compare that to Miami Connection, Miami Connection.
Yeah,
that's
there's
awesome.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
seen,
you
have you
can't-
seen that one? Rebecca?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
is more fun. I think.
Mhm.
But
Tyler, are we just like boring the hell out of you? Do you know
Yeah.
anything that we're describing at the moment?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen either one of them though, so
Ah.
yeah.
You're
I'm not
talking
going to pull
about
a Joe
drugs.
and just pull like an awkward transition. So the chat room, like, what's my favorite
Yeah.
color? Well, I don't know. Let me think about it. I'm just going to let the conversation play out naturally.
We appreciate that. We appreciate you not
Yeah.
like cutting
watched-
us off.
I watched
pulling an
Adventures in
Amato.
Babysitting last night, but I watched it on Disney
Ah.
Plus, and they edited it.
what?
There was your mistake.
What did
Yeah.
they take out of Adventures in Babysitting?
All
Don't
the
Yeah.
fuck with the
fucks.
babysitter.
Yeah, they
The
changed that.
babysitter.
Yep. And then there was the part where it's like Thor is a homo. They turned homo to weirdo, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess
Aw,
that I get because
man.
Disney,
Well,
whatever.
it was made in
It's-
the 80s.
That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
was
just
like,
one of
it's
those
like-
things that like you should not just rewrite history. Like
Exactly.
things that were
Exactly.
like casual homophobia was an acceptable thing in the 80s, and that I'm not proud of that, but like we were a part of that culture and that existed. So
Yeah.
like don't try and pretend it didn't.
Yeah,
Or-
when if your kid's shocked by it, just explain to them like, well, this was the 80s.
Well, they could also put the thing before the movie. It's like, hey, blah blah blah, certain
Yeah, trigger
aspects.
warnings and all that.
Yeah, may be offensive. Viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, when they put that on fucking Spider-Man is Amazing Friends, though, I'm like, you know what? Don't bother. Like,
Wait,
Really?
what? Wait,
oh
what?
fuck, yeah. If you watch the episode Sunfire of Spider-Man is Amazing Friends, they put a disclaimer at the beginning of the episode of how the Japanese are portrayed. Which I've watched it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I see nothing offensive in this episode. There's no offensive dialects or Japanese impressions. Like they're not acting like what's his name in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
Oh God. Oh,
It's not
Yeah,
like,
it's
like
not-
a 1940s Disney World War II cartoon.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
portraying
Right.
Sunfire with big buck teeth and like the
Yeah,
braided
yeah.
hair, like he's working on a railroad or some shit like that. It's
They're just so scared of offending anything that like any little thing.
I wonder
They're
if it
gonna
had
cover
something to
their
do
ass.
with like the Japanese characters being played by non-Japanese actors.
but I'm sure they were, but it's also like they're not doing offensive, voices. They're not.
Right.
But it's.
But I mean,
could-
I wonder if that was the thing that they're like, oh yeah, that was white people doing it. So like maybe that's offensive. I don't know. I don't even know what offensive
I wish
is anymore.
others
But the
would
thing
stop
is, how
determining
would you
what's
know?
offensive.
How would you know what nationality the voice actor is unless you look them up?
Yeah.
You're not going to know.
Yeah, just
No one's
because
gonna
he
do
could
that.
be Japanese doesn't mean he's gonna have a Japanese name. He could be Paul Smith, from
Yep.
Brooklyn, Indiana.
Someone told me that now Disneyland doesn't say, when they open up their gates, they don't say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Disneyland. Now they just say, welcome to Disneyland. They
Why?
like
So even though the people who may a lady who may identify as a gentleman and a gentleman who identifies as a lady is not going to be is the fucking
But-
morons.
It's like, was that really necessary?
Was
Like,
that a big deal?
You gotta
Like,
cover all
I don't know.
bases, I guess.
I think I'd rather have them just completely like drop it than to try and be more inclusive by adding like all these other like oh yeah and then
I'll give you
pronouns and
that.
stuff like that.
I'll give you that. Rather than just kind of make this endless checklist of things to people to greet, I'm just wondering if there was that much demand to have it removed in the first place. Like,
I think this is a case of Disney covering their ass before the fact, like as a just in case.
Yeah, Disney's very, very careful
Yeah.
about covering their asses. They're so scared about offending
Speaking of-
people.
speaking of
Even
Disney,
though they'll shrink John Boyega in the Chinese poster, but
yeah.
here, no, don't offend anybody.
Speaking of Disney offending people, who's been watching She-Hulk?
No,
I've not watched it.
I
I've
watched one
not- I'm
episode.
scared to watch
I
it.
hate that show.
I
I
don't
know
know.
I will. That's why I don't want to watch it. I don't want to be.
They're gonna ruin Daredevil, aren't they?
Oh, totally. It's already in the works.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
scared
not-
for
not-
that because like
Not
yeah,
even
really.
Charlie Cox can get me to watch that show.
That's the thing. It's like this show. Like, if you want to like just hate watch something, like really hate watch something,
I don't want to get
This
the
is the perfect
satisfaction of.
show for you. if you want to just be like, I fucking hate you, like for everything. This is it.
I'm just not even sure what they're trying to do with it. That's what freaks me out about watching it, is because like they'll have like bits that are like, you know, really good, and then they'll cut to something that nobody wanted to see, that nobody cares about.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when you're like, you don't know what they're gonna do with it, I don't think they know what they're doing with it. Like, that's
kind of the impression I get.
There's like no actual plot. It's just things that happen. Nothing. But the thing is, the things that happen lead to nothing. So nothing ultimately happens. Every episode.
Oh, so it's like Seinfeld.
I knew that was coming, but done poorly. I'm just waiting for this. You know, he just has to say it.
But there's
compare fucking She-Hulk to Seinfeld. What an asshole.
She never be Seinfeld. Like,
why can't we just get the Brigitte Nielsen series that we were supposed to get back in the 80s instead of this horse shit?
That would have been fun.
She was going to do She-Hulk?
Oh, yeah, there's pictures of her with the hair and the outfit and everything. Yeah, it's on.
Really? I have to look this up.
She's like a really pale green color.
Yeah.
It's almost white looking, and then she's got big green hair and green lips. She looks amazing.
I would have fucking watched that in a heartbeat.
Goodness.
Yeah, that would sound like that would have been pretty cool. Like, after I watched an episode of She-Hulk, I went back and I watched an episode of The Incredible Hulk from the 70s, and I'm like, this is so much more refreshing and happy.
Right? Yeah.
Dude,
the pilot episode. The pilot episode of the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk was really like strikingly dark, and I'm like, holy crap! If they would have been able to keep that up for the whole series, it would have been even better. But like, just the pilot episode is all anyone needs to see from that, and they'll be like, holy crap! Where did this art form go?
There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that glorious picture there.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
that looks great.
Instead, we got this.
That image right there, that one image already blows the She-Hulk series up the water.
Right, because you watch She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and then like there's all this stuff going on, and then cartoon She-Hulk walks in, and you're like,
oh, it's so good. I know that they're rushing through like all of these productions because it's just like putting out content after content. So like. It's been like reported that a lot of the staff in terms of the animators are overworked and they have to get stuff done really fast. So I don't blame them because I know.
And that's Rebecca and I were talking about that, and that's one of the problems that I think all Disney has is that they've got so much content that like they're trying to keep it where there's always something fresh. And now that things are on streaming services, you don't need to have brand new content every single week.
It's not giving you time to digest anything.
Yeah.
It's just constantly more food.
But,
and it's just like...
Yeah, I still haven't gone back and rewatched Mandalorian because there's always something new coming out. So in order to keep up, I have to just not rewatch anything. And I hate that because I like rewatching stuff.
So with Stranger Things, I don't know if anybody here is a fan of Stranger Things. I like it.
I love the Stranger Things.
So I liked season 1. Great. Season 2, good. Not as good as the first season, but still good. Mm-hmm. Season 3, it kind of started falling off. But when they had that time between season 3 and season 4, I mean, like the whole COVID thing and everything, they actually had the time to go back to their scripts and really tighten it up and really improve the content. I thought season 4 was really, really well done.
Same.
Yeah, 4 is a solid season.
Yeah, it's a solid season. So it makes me think it's like if they would just take that kind of care and time to develop these actual shows rather than just try to spit them out one after the other, they'd actually, they'd have some pretty good stuff. But I don't know. It's like lately it's been a lot of misses in terms of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah. The bubble's about to burst.
I really enjoyed China's She-Hulk.
China?
Oh, yeah, the porno.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really enjoyed watching
At first, I was thinking about like the country. But now
I thought she did too. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Yeah. China. I
really enjoyed watching her get banged by Thor.
Oh,
that's a good sound clip to use.
Guess I know what we're watching next birthday.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I've never
seriously.
actually watched it. I've just seen
Yeah,
it.
oh, yeah, sure.
No, but seriously, could she lift his hammer?
Absolutely.
Oh God.
She
No.
handled that hammer so good.
And that is probably a line of dialogue in that, I imagine.
Probably.
I'm
It
sure
has
there's
to
something
be.
about "Are you ready to Ragnarok" in my world? or
Oh
something
God,
like that.
no!
Back to
Ah.
Yeah, this phase of
Is
Marvel has
Joe-
been
it-
very.
Is Joe coming back, by the
I
way?
messaged. I guarantee
right
you,
here.
he's just gonna.
Uh,
he's gonna. I bet
Is
he'll
he
sit the whole
failing?
thing out. I don't know.
He didn't talk a lot the last time. It's got to be me
Yeah.
because the last time I was here, he didn't talk. hardly
Joe,
at all.
Tom's taking it personally. I know you're listening, motherfucker. Get back in here.
I think we talked too much Jim Cotta and Superman 4 last time we were on here, and Joe was quite put off about that.
Speaking of Jim Cotta, no, I'm just kidding.
I see the poster behind you. It's awesome.
Actually, I am in the process of trying to find who owns the rights to Jim Cotta because I want to license it. Because
Oh
Ah.
God, that's awesome.
I've got plans, things I want to
Oh,
do.
But see,
Uh.
that's a prime example of something that never really actually was good enough. And like if they wanted to reboot something or something, that's the kind of thing I would want to see rebooted.
that's what we were talking about the other night.
Yeah.
We're like, reboot the shitty stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take something that
Good
was
stuff.
bad the first time and make it better rather than take something that was good and do a version of
Yeah, you're not gonna beat the original Clash of the Titans. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. So
Oh,
don't,
thank
That
God,
remake-
there's,
don't
another,
that
there's
remake
another one
sucks.
out there.
Mr. Worthington.
I swear to God, if I ever see Sam Worthington again in another fucking movie, I just.
He's awful.
I was hoping that one movie where he's like threatening to jump, he was going to jump.
What?
And just do
Who
us,
is
just,
that?
just,
Is that the
just
guy
do
who
us all a
played
favor.
No special
Shit.
effects. Just
Yeah.
let him go.
That was real. Well, what a method actor. Well,
Was that the guy who
move on
played
here.
Perseus in the last one, who was in Avatar?
Yes.
Who's the-
Yes,
okay.
and he just looked awful and sounded awful, and nobody wanted to see it.
I did not. I refused to watch the remake of Clash of the Titans because I
Oh
saw
my
the
God.
Medusa scene.
Tyler and
was
I
like,
were
"Yeah,
there
I'm
opening
upset."
night. or
No,
I
opening
went,
Yeah.
weekend.
with my dad opening night.
I think I did too. Wasn't he
Yeah.
in G.I. Joe also?
Nathan's your dad?
No, that was fucking Channing Tatum. And
I get the two of them screwed up all the time.
oh my God, I was there opening night for that piece of shit too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of pieces of shit, wasn't he the awful guy in Avatar too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
refuse to see that.
That's
movie.
what I
still
saw
to
him
this
in.
day have
That's
not
like
seen
the
it.
only-
Overrated.
The only thing I've
Right?
seen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
like there was a lot of actually good acting in the movie, and then there was him, and I'm like, okay, all right,
Yeah, he dragged the
move
movie
on.
down.
I'm kind of with you, Tyler. I saw Avatar and I was like, okay, but after everybody like hyped it up and everything like that, I think I was expecting something that much more like grandiose, and the story was just kind of eh.
Yeah, you got.
I blame the
Well, I
Fern
mean,
Ferngully
it's James
meets Pocahontas.
Cameron.
I
What
saw
was
the
that?
trailer when I went and saw Michael Jackson's "This Is It." I'm like, this is what the internet's jerking off about.
Right?
It looks
I'm
like a
it's
fucking
Dances
video
with
game.
Wolves with blue people.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not gonna be like everyone else and be all trendy and go see it. Like, oh man, I hope I die and come back as a blue blue man group or whatever the fuck. And
The Blue
you know,
Beetle.
I remember people were like dying, hoping they were gonna come back and live in
Dude, I
Pandora.
remember
and
that.
shit.
I'd rather
Like,
look at those
really?
cat people than the actual like digital version of cats.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Fair. But
Jesus.
one
But
of
I
the
do
things I
want to see
wanted
the
to say
version
about
where they have the digital buttholes.
Yeah, they have the digital assholes. Yep.
Digital Buttholes is my new punk band.
It's appropriate.
But no, about
Uh.
Avatar though, like I do remember like being excited because it's James Cameron and he's doing some cool, movie about aliens or whatever. That
Wait,
sounds fun.
were you not turned off by like just after Titanic? You're like, okay.
Fuck
Because-
him.
Dude, I
Because
hate
that's how I
Titanic.
was. I was like,
Yeah.
after
Well,
Titanic,
that's
I'm like,
the thing is that Titanic was like a goofy like romantic comedy type thing. And
So fucking
when I heard that
overrated.
James Cameron was going to be doing something that
Like-
was sci-fi again,
It's not
that's
that good.
the part that excited me. But
Mm.
then I remember
Okay.
reading that like he had like originally like written the story for Avatar like in the 70s before he really got going.
oh, bullshit.
And after watching the movie, I don't think he ever did a second draft.
No.
I think he took that old one when he was a crappy writer and just said, "Let's film this."
There's a possibility he may have had the idea of something like that, but I don't think he wrote the story in the 70s and just kind of.
I don't think he wrote the story at all. There's no story. It's just
No, it's-
rehash of other movies that we've already seen, and where it was done
Exactly.
better.
Yeah.
But then
Because
there's blue horse
story-
sex. So
Did-
yeah,
Speaking
blue
of
people and
Titanic,
horses having sex. Yeah.
did you see that? I don't know who made it, but it's going around online. Somebody did a deep fake on the Rose character, but put Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What?
And so
Rose and
Arnold Schwarzenegger's asking to be drawn like one of the French girls.
Yeah.
It's really, really disturbing.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Let me see
I
if
don't know.
I can
If, I
find it
don't
right
even
now.
know. If, I
No,
don't even know if
no.
Arnold could get me to watch Titanic again. God, I hate that fucking movie.
I
Yeah.
know. My little brother wanted to go see that piece of shit. I had to go.
Dude,
See, yeah, I was in that shitty period where it's like you're dating a girl. It's the late '90s. Well, you gotta watch Titanic. No.
dude, the
See,
girls
I
hyped
worked
it
at a
the
movie
fuck up,
theater
and they're
when
like,
that
Leo.
came out.
I'm like, Leo looks like a fucking girl. I'm not into that. As a girl, when I was a girl, I was a young girl. When I was a
When
girl.
I was a girl.
Hey,
That was a girl.
before we shit all over Titanic, remember, Billy Zane was awesome.
Billy Zane's awesome in
But
anything.
yeah, he's just awesome in general.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially
so,
Demon
so
Knight.
like, yeah,
Yeah, Demon
this
Knight's
is what I try to
awesome.
do.
That-
He was
that's probably
actually
the
really
best
good as the
performance.
Phantom. I really enjoyed him as the
I like the
Phantom.
Phantom.
He
Right,
could have
him
been a
and
great
Buffy the Vampire
Phantom, but it
Slayer,
was
like,
not
you know,
a
going
good
at it.
movie.
That was
though.
pretty cool.
We're all over the place here. We got no flow here, guys. We
That's
Yes,
like
can-
fun.
Okay,
Alright.
Having fun.
All right, Joe, you gotta bring us back to.
are you familiar with Retro Fabric?
No.
Okay, so they're a publisher out in Germany, and they've been taking a lot of. I don't know if they initially started in Germany or if they're European or whatever their origin is, but they've been collecting and reprinting old Masters of the Universe stories in book form. It's all still in German, but all the artwork and everything's there, and it looks amazing. So
I just have to hire a
Oh,
scary
cool.
German guy to to read it to me there.
there you go.
Anyone get that Monster Squad reference?
Nicht wahr.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
I had to explain it, so you all didn't fucking get it.
I
Nope,
did.
nope. I did
I
not
didn't-
catch that one.
All right, so Tom's
It's
the
been
only
a
one
while
that
since
got it.
I've watched that, though. Like,
Yeah, Wolfman's
God,
Yeah.
it sounds like I'm talking to Joe. Only Joe would be that emphatic about.
Hey,
No,
about the
I
same-
didn't get it. I haven't heard it
The
in a
day I
while.
was born, too. Came
What?
out the same day that Masters of the Universe came out.
That's right, it did.
Yep.
So I share a birthday with that movie too.
My
Wolfman got yards.
my friends that went
The
to, we
one
went to go
line
see it on
everyone
his.
remembers.
We went to go see
Yeah.
it on his birthday, and then after that, we played Castlevania on. NES.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a fun time.
That was a fun birthday. So,
Dude,
uh,
I had a fun birthday the year that Battlefield Earth came out the day
Oh,
after
God.
my
Oh
birthday.
boy.
And my friends got me a ticket, and after the movie, I wanted my money back.
I don't blame you.
What show? Because I went and saw like the 9 or 9:30 showing, the opening night of that. Like, did you go early? Did you go late? Or
It was after dark. I want to say probably like around 8 or so, because like some of my friends had work and shit. So
Mhm.
I had school the
went and
next
saw-
day, and ugh,
I went and saw Mortal Kombat 2 in the theater.
I saw it
Yeah.
twice in theaters.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
2 Electric Boogaloo.
And then my friend looked at me in the middle of it and said, "I hate you," because it was so good. And then when we left the theater, as we were walking back to our cars, there was a $20 bill on the ground, and he picked it up and goes, "I no longer hate you," because he got his money back, basically.
Aw.
And even more so over because movies weren't that expensive to go see back.
Uh,
That was
Yeah.
$5
Right, yeah.
back then.
That's one thing I will say about that movie though, is that like as bad as it was, there were things that I found that I liked about it.
Might
Oh,
be the
no,
only
no,
one.
sound
yeah,
effects.
you're the only one then, dude.
The sound effects were super crunchy. Like I love that. But like I was really scraping trying to find something that I could like about the movie.
I'll say the
Yeah.
soundtrack,
That's all I
because
got.
I did own the soundtrack to Mortal Kombat 2, but that was it. It was
I liked when it ended.
yeah,
That's fair. I like that Johnny Cage got his neck broke at the beginning.
that was so fucking lame.
Such a waste.
Oh my!
man.
And the fight sequence was like watching Power Rangers. Like everyone's running at each other and just kind of like throwing quick
No, it
jerks
wasn't,
and
'cause I
jabs at
like
each other.
Power Rangers.
I've yet to see a video game translated into a movie and done well.
You don't like the first Mortal Kombat?
There's parts of it that I think are okay, but for the most part, it's not
The
really
parts
a good
that don't
movie.
have Sonya.
Well,
she is the weakest, but I don't blame her since she was brought on last minute. So I feel like she was not given enough time to.
Why the hell was it not Cynthia Rothrock? Is obviously the character does her fucking scorpion kick and everything. Why didn't you just use Cynthia Rothrock, who may not be the best actress, but she would have been a hell of a lot better than
She would have been better in the fight
Action
sequences,
Hero.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz couldn't have done a very good job as as Sonya anyway. She may have been hot at the time.
wait. Was she originally cast to play
She
Sonya?
broke her wrist, and then
I
they had
had
to
no
replace
idea
her
about
with
that.
yeah,
Me either.
yeah.
I
Sure did.
probably would have liked her better than the Last Action Hero chick,
That's
but
pre.
I mean, they're both hot,
Charlie's Angels.
but yeah. And this is like Cameron Diaz around the time of The Mask.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
probably right, chasing after that, because I think that was one of her main breakout roles. Was
Yeah, it was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
right
that was
now
another
someone I
Mulan
could have
Cinema movie.
actually bought if they wanted to go with more of just a regular mainstream actress. I could have seen Charlize Theron doing it, but she
Yeah.
wasn't even that big then. What had she done by then?
God,
What year was
I think
Devil's
of
Advocate?
Devil's Advocate and Astronaut's
That's-
Wife.
I think she's the same age as me.
Yeah. I haven't even thought about Astronaut's Wife.
So if
What
she-
is? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what
It's a Johnny
Astronaut's
Depp
Wife.
movie. He gets an alien
Oh, I should
possesses
know
his
it
body,
then.
and
so
he wants
she-
to fuck his wife.
if she
That
was
sounds
the
like
same
something
age-
I'd like to watch.
Sign me up.
I guess they
Coming
made a
next
movie
week
for
on
somebody.
Fans of Power.
Yeah, commentary for Astronaut's Wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buckle up, everyone.
No, I've not heard of that movie.
Yeah, look up the trailer. It's pretty shitty.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlize Theron's got a pixie boy haircut. It's not very flattering look at all. Johnny Depp has this kind of blondish hair,
Yeah.
kind of
It's so weird.
Yeah, very odd. It's kind of like that movie, it's almost like the Body Snatchers, almost like with Donald Sutherland. It's like a ripoff of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
My favorite version of the Body Snatchers, by the way, is that version with Donald Sutherland. That's
Puppet
I'd have
Masters.
to
I'm thinking of
agree.
Puppet Masters, which he's in, which was like a knockoff of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
They've done so many remakes of that
Oh
movie.
my god, I forgot about that movie. Yeah, I did actually
Yeah.
watch that one years ago.
Yeah, I saw it once in my pawpaw's house when they would rent random movies. She'd show up hey, we got this. Okay, let's sit down and watch it. It's kind of that's how things were back then. But we didn't. I'm sure that certainly wouldn't have rented Astronaut's Wife so they could watch Johnny Depp fuck Charlize Theron. I can't say my mama and papa were doing that back then.
Instead, they
I
get
don't wanna
showgirls.
Picture that
Yeah.
now.
I remember my dad rented that, had no idea what that was about. And I'm like,
Showgirls?
yeah. And I looked at him. I didn't tell him
no.
I know what it was about, but I'm like, wow, Dad, I had no idea.
Jesse Spano gonna
Right.
fuck in a pool.
My friends accidentally rented Flesh Gordon instead of Flash Gordon.
Oh.
No.
Hell yeah.
They brought it. We were all like juniors and seniors in high school, and we got it. It was like, oh yeah, have you ever seen Flash Gordon? Or, no. So then we rented it. We had a whole bunch of people together, and all of a sudden, Flesh Gordon starts up, and we're like, oops, wrong movie.
I remember walking through the video store and seeing Flesh Gordon 2 on the shelves, and I was like, oh no. Because
I
it
didn't
wasn't
even know
even
they did
in
a
a
sequel.
porn section or anything. It was just on the shelf, and I'm like, all right.
Wasn't that typically in the comedy section though, Flesh Gordon though? Because I remember
Yeah,
seeing
it was,
a
it was
parody.
more. Yeah, it was more of a parody that had a lot of sexual innuendo in it. So it wasn't
Okay.
like a true X-rated movie.
Yeah, not up like Rebecca's.
Okay.
Will.
Yeah,
Like,
I never braved that one, so I
Yeah.
never
She-Hulk
wanted to
and
find
Thor.
out what they were actually
Yeah.
trying to do.
Like what?
She-Hulk and Thor, not like
Oh,
that.
she's Thor.
Hammer time.
She has really shitty body paint in that
Yeah,
porno
she
too.
does.
It's like
really,
caked
really
on
shitty
green
costumes.
paint. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they didn't really bother to actually I mean, I know it's a cheap porno, but
I was
at
gonna
least,
say,
at least the outfit she's wearing I think she's wearing the singlet a purple and white. I think
I think so.
Yeah.
From the
something
pictures
like
I saw
that.
of her, she's wearing like
Yeah.
the actual comic book
hey,
outfit.
don't worry. I'm getting a picture, but it'll be clean. I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
people's
for
kids
long.
might be watching the show tonight, Nathan. we don't want to offend any parents here tonight.
Put the Disney disclosure
Make sure there's
on
not any like random dicks just hiding like in the corner of the photo.
I wonder if that'll come on Disney
What?
Plus.
I was gonna say.
There you go.
Hey, okay.
Even this is better than the Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
well,
that definitely looks like something I'd actually watch. And I say that I actually have been watching.
I guarantee the jokes will land better than they do in the Disney Plus show. Whatever stupid gags or jokes they have, they're probably better.
Rest R.I.P. to China.
Yeah.
Pour one out for Joni Lauer.
Remember, she died the same day as Prince. It's like her death kind of got really like
Yeah.
really?
overlooked.
Oh, yeah.
Are you starting a conspiracy?
Yeah. What, cue the Jesse Ventura conspiracy. You know.
Is Joe coming back in, or is he really going?
I figured
Not as long as I'm
it's-
here.
as soon as he bailed, I'm like, I don't think he'll
I just
be
sent him
there.
a message asking if he's coming back in.
I sent him one too, and he hadn't even looked at it yet.
As long as I'm here, he's going to be gone. And then when I leave, he'll come back.
I was
No?
wondering if anybody had noticed too that Joe didn't say a single, like barely a word when Tom was on last time. Like, I know we were talking about Alligator and a bunch of other like random films, but I figured that stuff all and Joe was just.
I tried to engage and ask him questions, and he would reply, but nothing got the spark out of him more than when he brought up meteors, and then that like kind of died off after like a good rant, and then that was it, and then he was quiet again. So I tried.
Well,
I don't know.
At
At least
Joe,
we got backup. At least we got backup Joe. So.
Yeah, we got backup Joe.
yeah. By the way, who we got in the chat? here?
Doppelganger.
Who do we got in the chat? Go ahead,
We
Joe.
got,
Read off.
Yeah, we've got Gamer Bud in there. Gavin S.
It's so
Rimbot's
freaky.
here.
Isn't it? Like even the
what?
background and everything.
They've sent
Papa
like
Should-
slight twang to the voice too.
Yeah.
That's captured.
Papa Should 69, Rawua channel, and Sean. Hey, thanks for joining us, guys.
There's way more people in here than that.
I was gonna say if that's all we have in here, we're
No,
really
no,
pissed
no,
off
no,
about
no.
content.
There's way more people in here than that. But,
I
He's
don't know,
probably
when
just
I'm
reading
clicking
who's in
on
the
it,
chat.
That's all that's showing up.
well, your stuff is broken.
Yeah,
Just like
probably.
Joe.
I don't
Just
know
like
how
Joe.
technology works. Oh wait, no, the list is now repopulating. Okay, we've got Daniel Carhoonen. Who else? Johnny Cox back. All right, and Spider Rat. I don't know what's going on with my internet connection, but yeah.
He's
This
like
is
Daniel
accurate.
Day-Lewis. Like he's portraying the like the true Joe, like old Daniel
Yeah.
Day-Lewis and shit. You know.
Yeah. He was on a steady diet of ramen and spam for 4 months.
Yeah.
in
He's a
preparation
method
for this
actor.
role.
He goes in the bathroom, wraps that scarf around his head, and like kind of holds his head, like and then it's like steps out like a Shakespearean actor in community theater. You know.
Fuck! No!
I was
Yeah.
gonna have a hot dog out here too, but like then I was
Oh
like, wait,
yeah.
And
No,
just
'cause I'd
like
have to,
holding
like,
your hands, just kind of flipping around, you know, like
Yeah.
Hey,
flopping
he even
away.
knocks his
Oh
shit
my
over
God,
like
this
Joe
is-
too.
This is just
Oh my
getting
God.
weird now.
yeah.
And Joe's probably having a good cry right now.
I'm wondering.
He's doing
where
it better
he-
than I am.
yeah, I can
He's actually right now going, "Am I Joe?"
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll send him
He's
one of the
confused.
IDs that I made.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like the clone sock all over again. Like,
Yeah.
I want to bring those to PowerCon next year, and we'll hand them out at my table.
Yes.
Well, because like I was gonna print out the one ID after I got it done, and I was like, I don't want to waste a whole freaking photo paper for one
Right.
ID,
Just
and I
like
didn't have
Joe.
anything else that I wanted to print out, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna screw up one of them probably, so I'll just make the whole thing. And actually, the first one I made came out fine, so I've got all these extras now.
Actually,
Yeah,
start
perfect.
leaving them like public places, like in random like men's bathrooms and stuff like that. And just
Yeah. In the urinal.
and make sure you put a number
We
on
would
there.
never
for
want to
the
leave
call,
anything
you
in
know?
a urinal.
Yeah, we would never do that.
oh.
We would never.
Did you guys Like, did you see like some of the stupid crap that I put on here? Like, for the address.
Like
me
he's a
make it
wiener
bigger.
donor.
Yo mama's house.
Columbus,
Yeah,
Columbus,
And
Ohio.
and the birthday.
1902.
Yeah, and the signature. It's that dragster guy, but still, like it's the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found his
That is
signature, so I was like, okay,
awesome. That is. I
5'8",
had no idea you were gonna do
5'8",
that.
180, huh?
yeah. That's my guess. I don't know.
It's got to be kind of close.
Yeah. And,
You gotta,
and like the wallet.
Yeah, your
makes it more
wallet's pretty
authentic,
accurate
right?
too.
Yeah.
I know
Jesus
it
Christ.
matches everything.
Yeah.
How many Polaroids of victims do you have in your wallet there?
Yeah. How many coupons you got in
I
there?
was just gonna ask about coupons.
Hang on, I gotta see what I've actually got in here. Oh yeah, I've got my Dutch Brothers card. Let's see. I got a bunch of business cards from stuff I don't even remember. Like what?
What was it that we were talking about at dinner the one time when it got what's his face going on this complete story rant about what was it? Was it pickles or what was it?
Oh no, it was chili.
Chili. It was chili.
It was chili. Drew was
Drew.
talking about chili and his traumatic past with chili. Imagine the scene in Jaws when
That's what it was. It's totally
like a doll's eyes.
like,
When he's talking about, yeah, but he's talking about chili.
Yeah. You could see him reliving
Exactly.
it in his mind, like as he's recalling the whole thing.
And his wife's there, like, I've never seen him talk like this.
I mean, what happened? Did he like eat some and then it upset his stomach and he shit his pants or something? Like
It was chili, really bad chili that he had when he was a child.
And the shit was so black, like a
about this
doll.
being like really runny or something.
Doll's eyes.
Every once in a while, I'll break that out. Like I'll go and I'll copy that quote, and I'll just take that section about the doll's eyes. When somebody in any kind of text conversation, if they mention somebody's eyes, and then I'll just copy and paste and put that in there and send it off to them.
You need to ask
Nathan,
them
how come you haven't been
questions
doing any
you
of
asked
South
us
by?
at PowerCon.
Oh, okay, all right.
Me and Johnny have already answered this, but
This
you
is
guys
true.
have not.
the sound bites.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
okay, you have a choice. Would you rather have hands that can heat up to any temperature, or run at your top speed and never get tired?
Oh, definitely the running.
Think about it.
That's what I said too.
Think about it.
Well, I don't know if
But they got me to change my mind after he explained it to me.
So you can run at your top speed,
because I
you're
can run
still-
pretty fast at my top speed.
right? But you're still taking damage. So you can keep running, but your feet are still going to get hurt or blistered if you keep running. And it's your top speed. So what your top speed is now is not necessarily what your top speed is going to be later on in life. Maybe it'll be good because you're running a lot, so you'll be in good shape. But the heating of the hands thing, I think, is a lot more practical because you can heat up a coffee, you can weld.
I don't drink coffee.
All right. You
could cook your turkey burgers with your hands.
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to sit there and hold raw meat in my hands, for a long.
That's a quote right there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you've been.
I'm not
I was
doing-
gonna
I'm not
say.
doing it.
I want you to copy that soundbite and at the very end of the podcast, play it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that as my ringtone.
I don't want to hold raw meat in my hand.
Oh, I was about to say, man, you've been doing it for a long time now.
Yeah, but after I beat it a good bit, and toss it away,
Got
Got that
time
special
to go
sauce.
mash my burgers.
So you're
Well,
sticking with running.
Yeah, like I don't see it almost sounds like we're building up to some sort of in a fight. I need hot hands in a fight, and I feel like to run, I feel like you can get to things quicker. You can I just feel like there's more. I don't.
I think I'm looking at it like maybe in the wintertime, like if you're cold or like you need to melt ice off of something, like off of your car handle or anything like that.
Yeah, but then you got to keep rubbing your hand all over the damn windshield, and it's a process.
But it wouldn't matter because your hand would be so hot that it wouldn't necessarily be wet. You could dry it pretty fast.
Well, no, if I could run at my top speed and never get tired, like I feel like there's more benefit to that.
Yeah,
than
but
my,
it's what Tom said though. Like, not
Yeah, your
tired,
body's
like,
not invulnerable.
but your joints and stuff are still gonna get the wear and tear.
Also, like, what's your top speed? Like
I'm not at liberty to
17
say.
miles an hour?
Just picture Tyler running past one of those. Your speed is like things on the side of the road.
Faster, stronger, better. The thing is, like, your top speed's what, 16, 17 miles per hour at, like, you're not.
Tyler can't run that fast. Come on.
But let's just say it is.
I just imagine Tyler like
You're not
Dolph
going any
Lundgren
faster than a car.
in Rocky, just like on the treadmill, like going crazy.
Yeah, or the ones on the incline.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's like climbing and it's just like.
Yeah. But you're still not going to go any faster than a car. So you might as well just get in the car.
But I'm faster than all human beings. Then I feel like that.
No, you're not faster than all
No.
human
It's
beings.
your top speed.
Your top speed. You're not.
But if
super
I'm still faster than a car, though, like
No, you're not faster than a car.
I thought you just said I'd be faster than a car, though.
I said you're not faster
I'm
than
not
a car.
faster than a car.
No, it's
whatever
just your top speed. If you were to run at full speed right now, that's what it would be.
I still don't think I would rather have hot hands and it sounds kind of like
I love the sincerity of it. I don't think I want hot.
I'm like, well, when you're selling pitches like you can warm your coffee up, I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Okay. What about you, Nathan?
I'm gonna go with the hot hands for sure.
Good.
Well, see,
So we're
there
split.
you go. Yeah.
We're split
So
on that
now,
one.
if Tyler needs his meat cooked, he can just call Nathan.
No, I'm not putting Tyler's meat in my
Yeah,
hands.
Nate's not gonna hold my
You
raw.
need a helping hand.
No. We're friends, but
I thought we were close friends there, dude.
not that close.
All right, here's the next one. Would you rather fight? Would you rather fight Jane Goodall with the brain of a gorilla, or
Just on the ground.
30 Jane Goodall? No, wait, 30 Jane Goodalls with the brains of gorillas, or one Jane Goodall? Wait, I got this screwed up. Would you
No,
rather?
wait, it's got to be your goal.
Let me start over.
Sound like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy.
Yeah, no. Would you rather fight 30 Jane Goodalls with the brains of gorillas, or one gorilla with the brain of Jane Goodall?
How much does Jane Goodall weigh?
She wasn't
Maybe
a big lady.
little.
70 pounds soaking wet.
But there's 30 of her, right?
Yeah, and they have the brains of gorillas.
What, 30 Jane Goodalls with the brain of a gorilla?
Yeah, or one
Gorilla with the brain of Jane Goodall. No, I'll take the 30 Jane Goodalls.
Yeah, I think I would too, just because she's intelligent enough. You put that in a gorilla.
She's a pacifist, so would she hurt you as a gorilla?
Wait, you have to fight. That's the
She
She has to fight,
Jane
but
was not
she would
above,
be
like,
hesitant though. She'd be like,
not if you fuck with the gorilla.
no, but she has the brain of Joan Goodall.
In her mind, she thinks you're the one that fucked with all the gorilla brains.
Oh, okay. So she was like, "You're the."
Yeah, that's what you
gorillas.
don't know.
This was a conversation I didn't know I was going to have today.
I'm just saying, I think I could take
Nobody
30 Jane
expects
Goodalls
this
with
one.
the brain of a gorilla.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Hey.
a bunch of 70-pound old ladies. Yeah.
Because the gorilla body is still going to have the gorilla strength.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not
bananas.
taking, I mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not,
And
I'm
like
not
you,
taking my chance
like
with
you
that.
pointed out, Tom, you just leave them alone. They'll probably hurt themselves from just like.
Yeah, the
From
30 Jane
playing with the
Goodalls,
raw meat too long.
they're gonna break their own hips.
Yeah,
Just trying to
exactly.
get over to you.
Exactly.
So
So I think the 30 Joan Goodalls.
Joan Goodall.
Jane Goodall. Yeah.
Okay, now
But
here's a
if you could run at your
here's a
top
new
speed
one.
without getting tired, you could get away from them.
Okay, so here's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
new
If I
one.
was running my top speed there, Tom, I wouldn't have to worry about any of this shit.
So
I
what
could
you-
just offer, here, I have hot hands.
But what you don't know is the gorillas chose the top running speed too.
Oh!
Oh, so you're telling me I'm clearly like a gorilla, which means gorillas are smart and they're strong. My God, man.
Well, the ones with Jane Goodall brains, maybe.
But she was well loved too. But you're not making me look too bad here. I got the brain of Jay Goodall, the strength of a gorilla, and I can run at my top speed.
I know all they sold you was a guaranteed piece of shit.
What was that?
You can play a sound clip.
Hey,
Oh.
you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed? I will. I got spare time.
Tommy boy.
Yeah, it's a reenactment of a Mattel executive selling Origins.
Oh.
Right,
So
here's a new one. Here's a new one for you. All right. So would you rather? There's 3 choices. Would you rather have the ability to be invisible for 100 hours, invincible for 100 hours, or to have both for 10 hours? Now, during this time, you can turn it on and off.
Okay.
But after the time period is elapsed, it's gone forever.
Yep. So you
I
can
would
turn it on.
definitely pick one or the other, not both.
No, you can't pick
So-
both, but it's for 10 hours instead of.
That's what I mean. I would rather pick the one or the other over the 10-hour both
Yeah,
ones.
I'd rather
So
be invincible for the longest period of time.
You pick invincible for 100
I'd probably be
hours.
invisible.
Yeah, 100 hours of invincibility. Yep.
I would go invisible. And I
Yeah.
could go rob a fucking bank or something and be fine.
See, look at that. She wants to go steal, and I'm just like, no one can fuck with me.
Not even the gorillas.
Well, at least
Not
never
even the
even
gorillas.
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 Yeah. I can run at my top speed. I'm invincible. I can run faster than my top speed.
Like that local asshole, it was just like,
And I can get Jane
go fuck with
Goodall
them and-
to rob a bank for me. So
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna go with. I'd probably go with the invincible one as well for 100 hours, especially if you can turn it on and off.
Mhm.
I would probably go long period. I feel now. Is there any sort of jump starting to happen, or are you just like it'd be like Human Torch? You know, you're just like flame
Instantaneous.
on and it's there. All right.
okay, I hope you don't have to snap your fingers because I'm not very good at that.
That
Oh, well, what you don't know is, no, I'm just kidding.
what would you choose, Tom?
What would I choose?
Yeah.
I'd probably choose the invincibility.
I feel like that would
My
be
thing is
more
like, what am
useful.
I gonna do that I need invincibility?
Well, invisibility sounds like it could be useful, but knowing myself, I get myself doing things that are way too troublesome and
like robbing banks.
yeah, or just like messing with people and like
masturbating in public, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do that already.
Just I think that's what Joe's first activity, or which I don't know which Joe would do it first, but would either Joe like is it choose invisibility? Like I'm gonna go beat off in public for fun. I'm gonna go jack it in San Diego.
he'll finally go to PowerCon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and jack off.
That's the thing is I'd be invisible, but I'd still wear the mask, so you just see the
Oh,
mask floating around.
Now that
That's
would
the
really fuck with
one thing
people.
that's not affected.
It entertains me.
This mask keeps leaving residue all over the place.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's like ectoplasm and shit. It's like, oh.
Kooky.
Like,
So
should've-
if you guys were
should've specimen.
invincible for that long, what would you do?
Impossible stunts.
Yeah, you're a stunt guy, so
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense for you.
See, like I would do something like, okay, it's like when I was in my 20s, I had wanted to go skydiving, but I never got to do it. And main reason why I don't do it now is because I've got that mindset. It's like if something's going to go wrong, it's going to happen to me. So I haven't gone
Right.
skydiving as a result. But if I know that I can't get hurt, then I go
He
skydiving.
can fall flat on his face.
I do need a clarification though on the being invincible. Now, does that just mean you can't die or you can't be harmed?
You can't get harmed at all. So like fire,
Okay.
getting crushed, nothing.
Okay,
nothing
yeah, because
causes damage.
it would be really awful if like, yeah, you couldn't die, but you'd still feel all the pain and damage that you get. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
jump off
charred
this
skin
building.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would think you'd still have to breathe though. So you can't do something where you're like in the vacuum of space.
Mm.
But I can
No,
still walk around and
I didn't have
actually
any
be He-Man,
plans,
like
so.
picking up boulders and shit and throwing them. And
Well, you're not super strong. You
That
just
would be
can't. You're not super.
but if I'm
strong.
invincible, then I can pick something up and it not tear any muscles or
hurt
joints
you,
or anything
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
but you don't have it.
You don't have the muscle power to be able to lift it in the first place.
Well, in my world, I do. So
That's where you say to me, well, what you don't know is.
yeah,
Got to snap your fingers to make it.
yeah, and wiggle my nose.
See, we
The
don't
old
have other
bewitched
Joe.
shit.
Other Joe here to transition us, and we're like an hour 16 into this. So
I
I'm
want to know Joe's answers to these though, so I want him to come back.
We'll have Tom come back next week with. We'll have the whole gang come
never
back.
be
We'll have-
on.
Yeah.
I gotta go again. Oh, let's go ahead and transition to this topic. So basically, what had happened is there are 5 concepts that were chosen. Joe didn't pick one. Tom reached out to him, and Joe never got back.
Then he doesn't need to be here then.
So
I asked him. I said, "Which one do you want to do?" And in protest, because of Meteorbs not being included in classics, he decided to opt out. So I asked Danielle instead.
That's cool.
So we got the 4 of us, and then Danielle picked one.
Correct. And I also asked
James.
Yes, James Etok. Thank you. I couldn't remember who the 5th, 6th person was. I asked James, and he gave me a name, but for the life of me, I just couldn't get the drawing to the way I liked it, so I didn't include it. But if we ever do this again, maybe next time.
Maybe with James, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess because I don't know who picked what other than what I picked, so I have the slideshow here. I'm just going to put up the first one. We'll find out who picked it, why we named it.
I'm sure you know which one I picked.
Does everybody know what the premise of the idea was in the first place?
Well, I think I definitely do.
Well, go ahead and tell them, Tyler. Tell the.
I thought he was asking if like we all forgot, or is just like are we supposed to explain to the listeners and everyone that why we're doing this or why we.
Yeah, I don't know if that was already explained.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, we all decided to pick concept characters that were designed to be possible He-Man characters and had them designed as an actual figure. Come up with a name. Like a description of the character, like you would see on like the package, like heroic human periscope, something like that. So as if like you would see it in your local Hills department store, like what it would look like.
Yeah.
Or actually in classics, I guess is kind of more or less what we're going for. Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like if they were to have done anything with classics for like the 40th anniversary, if they were to release a small set of characters. Choosing from these concepts would be easy for them because they already own all of them. They don't have to license anything out from Filmation or whatever. They could just make them. Kind of like how they made those Errol McCarthy figures for PowerCon a few years back. So,
or instead of doing like fucking Sidechop and Hero and Mighty Spectre and Sir Laser-Lot, we could have gotten some of these characters instead.
Yeah, it's funny when
do we know?
It's funny when. When I was at PowerCon and you would talk to a lot of the old time creators and artists and everything that were there around that time period when we were asking them about it, they're like, what? They're doing what now? Like they never asked any of them if they wanted to participate.
I remember Scott said he reached out to a couple people and was like, well, no, they all wanted money.
He's full of shit. He never did. They all said
I knew it.
They all said nobody asked us.
Let's see if I get him on the podcast and ask him straight up. Did you ask Mark Taylor? Well, he just said he wasn't interested. All right.
So.
Jeez.
There you go. All right. So who are you going to start with?
All right. I'm going to pop this one up, and now here we go.
That was my choice.
I was going to say I thought that was Joe's.
No, I picked Joya because she's a Princess of Power character that they were going to make. And that image is all we got of her. And I'm like, I've been wanting to do a custom of her for a long time. And
your customs are amazing. So if you did one, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I want to do one as like original She-Ra figures. But
Oh, why stop there? Why not just do that for cosplay?
That would be awesome.
Oh, especially carrying on a big bubble wand, like
Yes, and actually like big
little
bubbles.
girls would love me at their birthday parties
and spread the joy.
So, from what I recall, she was supposed to be originally the idea before they came up with bubble was it Bubble Power or Bubble Shower?
Bubble Power She-Ra.
Bubble shower.
Yeah.
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 So she was the concept they had before that, and then the notes from Mattel were to just make it a variant of She-Ra instead.
Yeah, because I guess they thought that I don't know what their thinking was, but I guess a variant of She-Ra would have been cheaper than making a whole new figure. And then I think this was supposed to be the fourth wave, which never came out. We only went up to the third wave of figures with her bubble carriage and everything.
Yeah. Was that fourth wave supposed to also have like characters like Spydra and Volcana and stuff like that?
It was going to have the Star Sisters, and I can't remember which other ones they were supposed to come out with, but she was one of them.
Yeah, she would have been fun. I've seen many people do like their versions and drawings of her over like the last couple of decades when they finally when they were still calling her the Bubble Carriage Maiden or whatever it was.
Bubble Maiden, yeah.
Bubble Maiden, yeah.
Joy is just a better name.
Yeah.
Do you know who came up with that? Because I don't know which fan came up with Joya or where that.
Joya is the actual name.
It was the actual name. I thought she was Bubble Maiden.
No, that was revealed at Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
I would have called her like Bubblina.
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 Yeah, well, I kind of get when I was doing the sketch of her in the small little illustration that was on that one advert that had her in the carriage. Mm-hmm. It looked like she was wearing some kind of a tutu, kind of frilly tutu thing. So,
yeah.
So, not that I came up with the idea originally, because I'm sure other people had it before I did, but I figured she just kind of would have that kind of ballerina vibe to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the pastels, and then she obviously has like little sequins on her of the bubbles. And like little pearls.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love what you did with her. That would have been an awesome.
And the Bubble Blaster.
Yeah.
The Bubble Blaster is great. Like the wand is cool, but the Bubble Blaster sells it for me.
Well, that's what like the She-Ra figure had kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like since she was originally going to be that before it became She-Ra, to give her that blaster and then the whole little thing of bubbles and all that stuff.
So it was originally going to be hers.
Yeah. So a few years back, I don't remember what specific year it was. They had this whole panel where they were showing off all kinds of stuff for She-Ra that never came out, including Whispering Woods playset and all this kind of stuff.
Yes, I did a custom of there was a statue like the Whispering Wood microphone.
Yeah.
It was like the lady. It's like this beautiful lady, and like somebody asked me to do a custom of, so I did a custom of her, like how she would look as a figure. So.
Yeah, I remember seeing your custom, and I remember seeing that drawing, and your custom came out fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
So, yep.
This is awesome.
I didn't want to like scroll through them while it was still on the screen, so I wanted to like
back
out and
so
then
bring them up.
Yeah, bring them up, take them away.
That works.
So that would. There you go.
Oh, Brainstorm! That's
nice.
a great name for him.
So, who's anybody going to take claim on this one?
This was not me.
This was me.
All right.
It's me, Austin. It was me. All.
So when I was drawing this, I was thinking that, and I didn't put it into the illustration, and I wish I had. But there's multiple sketches of this character, and there's one version of him where he has a set of like arms with human hands instead of the one that has all the claw hands. So I thought maybe it'd be interesting where he could take off two of those claw hands and put on like two humanoid hands instead. So you can get both versions, whatever one you prefer.
Yeah. God, that's so fucking cool.
I'm definitely more about the pinchers. Like I just that's the version that stuck out to me like for years after seeing that character initially. I figured like you have like the blood pumping action to the brain to kind of like give the idea that he's thinking and
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
like a mosquito.
Like a mosquito. Yeah. So I was thinking about that too. It's like either you could have the blood pumping thing, or you could just have it so like it pulses, like it throbs, or even lights up. Like if you're going with like the whole Brainstorm motif,
it kind of like flashes little lights and like if there's a storm
maybe there's like a
in
little
brain.
LED in there that flickers or flashes.
Yeah.
That would
Or
be
have it be
badass.
one of those things that you see in the Discovery Channel store or whatever that
with
has
the plasma.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
I don't know if they.
that might
I
be
don't
a
know
little
if they have the
expensive.
ability. I would love to see it. But I don't know if they can get that in a toy.
I love the helmet design too. Like,
That was an old thing from one of the sketches as well.
mhm.
I don't
This
remember seeing the helmet.
Yeah, and I saw it in one of the sketches that was black and white, and then Emiliano actually did an amazing version of this in 5-inch scale, and he made a different design on the helmet that had a little bit more detail than Doodad's on it, and his design's great. In fact, this particular color design, I'm not taking claim for it. It's from the Power and Honor Foundation book, but I think that's the color scheme that's pretty much been. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
I think that's the color scheme that's most familiar with this character now, or associated with this character now. And
That's awesome.
yeah, I think it works really well. I was considering trying a different one, but if it works, I don't see a reason to.
He's kind of reminded me of like Gartham from the Dark Crystal a little bit there.
Yeah, he's got that vibe.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Those things scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Right? With their glowing purple eyes.
Yeah, well, and the stupid chattering, clittering, whatever noise they made when they were walking around, I was like, ugh. I literally, I used to have nightmares about those things.
Have you ever seen anybody cosplay as one of those things?
Yeah.
Really?
Badass. It was badass.
Oh man, I wish I could have seen that. All right, so there you go. Brainstorm, cerebral schemer of the evil horde.
That is a great choice and a fucking great design.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I've never heard that name for the character, but I think that's a great name for him.
Well, that was the other thing too, is I think we all came up with new names.
Yeah, the names. Yeah, I came up with Brainstorm.
No, I didn't because she was already named Joya.
So I'm better than Rebecca.
Right.
I know.
Oh, this is Nathan's.
Yeah.
I wonder who chose this.
Gee, I wonder who chose this one. So
This would have been awesome.
this is Danielle, of course.
Mhm.
I actually had drawn this one previously, and I had more stuff with her at the time, but I kind of reduced the amount of accessories that came with it, make it a little bit more realistic. But this was like one of those other like concept witch characters that came out when they were, I think, at the same time that they were developing Evil Lyn. So
Yeah, well, and the name was from the early concept of Evil Lyn too.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it was there
And
was
I
some
would- Yeah,
Zyra, I think was another one.
Yeah.
So
I like
should've
the
had-
addition of the mechanical broom because that was in one of the old design sketches. But
yeah,
yeah,
the black
that's
and white one
definitely-
there, you can vaguely see it in the little sketch there.
Oh yeah.
I like the use of the original Evil Lyn wand. That's like the smaller wand with the ball on there with like the balls.
Right. Yeah, the baby rattle version.
Yeah, which I like that version though. I don't feel like it always has to be. Well, even like because I don't like the full on like staff. I think I like the small version like that. Like it's a great reuse of that, and that's a character I could see as her own thing. Like Shakoti, she's not has no affiliation with any faction on Eternity.
Yeah.
Right.
She is her own character.
Yeah, it just kind of does her own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lives in a
Yeah.
castle. She has to live in a castle like the Wicked Witch of the West. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
a scary bitch.
I love all of the like designs you added to it, like the little bats on her skirt holding up the
Oh yeah, thank
that,
you.
and then like the corset and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And she has like a gorgeous face that you drew.
Oh, thank you.
I
Yeah,
should have gotten Danielle to record like a little
Oh,
snippet
yeah.
of why she chose it and etc. And I could have just played it for everybody. I didn't think about
Right.
that.
Oh,
Well,
also, I think like as much as I love the callback with the name, I think if they do release this character, and I do want to see it in like classics version or maybe even Masterverse if they can.
No,
figure
yeah,
that
you
shit
take
out.
that back.
No,
You take
no,
that
we're
back,
not
Joe.
doing
If they
this.
can
Joe,
figure
you
their
take it
shit
back.
out.
Yeah, just so you can customize this shit.
Yeah, but I think if we get a release of this figure, I want it to be named Penny Dreadful.
There'd probably
That
be
would
some
be
issues
awesome.
because of the show.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do that.
I'd say for real. Well, no, because I know then we will be going down Scott Knightley territory. We're not giving real names.
That
to
would be
people.
awesome, though.
Ah.
It would be awesome, but but I think just trademark wise, they wouldn't be able to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they could spell it different.
They could also make just like, I mean, I'm torn on that kind of a thing. I really love and appreciate the idea of doing tribute to someone we know and care about and love to death. But at the same time, I really hate when people throw their own names into shit like that. Like drives
Yeah,
me
Mary
nuts.
Stewart, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
with
I guess
with
it's easy for us to
named
think
Sulfur.
about it, like, accept that because we love her so much. But, like,
Yeah,
for people who don't know,
yeah,
it would be kind of
keep the name
cringy, I guess.
Sultra. Keep the name Sultra on the package, and then as soon as I open it, it's Penny Dreadful for me.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Or everyone has like their own private canon with the character.
That's
Yeah.
canon.
Well, speaking of Scott Knightley and
Is he here?
no, he's not. And all of his
damn.
weird ideas, I present to you the real
Oh.
unnamed one.
The Glob.
No, sir, the real unnamed one. All right, no.
Was this yours, Nathan?
Yeah, this one was mine. Just because when I saw it in the
He's
book,
cool.
I looked at it and I'm like, it's so toyetic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
it's like
Yeah.
the old Ghostbusters toys. The,
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
You press
totally.
the tongue and it snaps
Yeah,
snaps together there.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
Tombstone
So
Tackle,
cool.
where his ass opens up to be a monster.
I mean, that's like Joe too.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very true.
So with this guy, in order for him to actually have a character fit inside the belly mouth, he'd have to be an oversized beast, I think. You couldn't just have him just be a regular figure.
Yeah.
He'd have to be huge.
No, I mean, like, but is the chest like if you were to put He-Man in there, like, or is his torso going to fit down in there, and then when to put the mouth over, like, is he completely like locked in there, or is it just like part of the body is like sticking out of his mouth, kind of thing, or?
Well, you could do it either way. You could have it so it's like the good majority of his is in there and his legs stick out or something, or you could go for broke and just make him massive so that you can actually legitimately get a full figure in there. But then he would really have to be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. That's why, just logistic wise, I was thinking of like the rubber ghost monster thing. What the hell was that character's name for the real Ghostbusters? The one that had the two parts.
I can visually see it, but I can't think of what it was called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about
used
too.
to have that stupid thing, and I don't know. My mom probably sold it at a garage sale or some crap.
Well, it's like the goblin. They call it the goblin goblins because all of them had the gimmick where they were eating. I probably could just go pull it off the shelf back there, but I don't want to like knock stuff over.
You have it?
Yeah. If we're talking about the same stuff here, let me save this and pop it on here. I could probably pull up the. You're talking about the guy in the yellow, right, Joe?
Well, no, there was
No.
It was an earlier release than that, I think.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
gonna go look for the first
yeah.
wave of Ghostbusters.
It was blue, and it wasn't like it wasn't like a mouth on the inside. It was like a blue guy that you pulled off the one head, and it was like basically two monsters.
Oh wait, all right. Let me go. Let me go.
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, I forgot.
think
It's not
I know
You
what
actually
have
a
it. Nice.
This guy I was trying to think of what accessories he could come with if he had any, or if just being an oversized beast was enough.
I think it is.
All right. You're
Yeah,
talking.
I can't imagine putting something in that guy's
You're
hand.
talking about this guy, right?
Yes. That
Okay,
is the
there
guy.
we go.
What the
Yeah.
hell is his name?
I mean, Tyler's looking that up. I can't remember the names.
Blue
What's
Munchie guy,
the
whatever.
year on that? Because I thought he was like a Series 2 monster.
It says 1984 Columbia Pictures on it.
Oh shit!
That's
It doesn't
no
fucking help.
But
We'll just call it Joe Amato for now.
Yep, well, I mean, But like, yeah, if you did something like that where it was like, you know,
It
a
is part of Wave
rubber
2, damn it. Just
character,
what I
you
thought.
wouldn't have to make it as oversized, and you could still make it where it's like basically it chomps down on the figure, but it doesn't completely encompass them. So, that would make it a little bit cheaper.
That's kind of going in line with how the original concept sketch was. Like,
Yeah.
this character in the concepts was about the same height as He-Man. So
Right,
even
right.
if his mouth opened up, you could get maybe an arm in there. Or he,
At least, you
Right,
know,
I'd make him a little bigger than that. But
at least make him like
yeah.
where you can like quint him, like have him halfway
like
sticking out.
Jigor sized.
They just call this guy H2 Ghost. That is his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
which is also sort of a stupid name, but he squirts water. So
when I was drawing this guy, and I mentioned this, I think to Nathan, if he remembers, but remember that thing about like how all the Horde members are supposed to be like based off of like old monsters, or like there's
right,
like,
and this one's
about to ask
obviously the Blob.
No, it's the Purple People Eater.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, and he's got too many eyes, but yeah.
Right, but then again, like
Well,
Leech
still,
is not
it's a Purple
necessarily the
People
creature from the Black Lagoon,
That's
but it's
true, that's
reminiscent.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Purple People Eater's like older brother or whatever that got both eyes and both horns.
But it could be the Blob too, or it could be the Purple People
Well,
Eater. Either way.
Yeah, in the Power and Honor Foundation, I think the sketch said Glob or something next to it.
Yeah, he's called in that thing. They refer to him as Glob.
But he is
Right.
purple. He's got horns.
Yep.
He's a people eater.
And he's
I'd
definitely
go
a
with
people
that.
eater.
Yeah. I
So,
feel like
yeah,
you could
you
come
just
up
have
with
to sing the
another
song
character
wrong.
who's. Yeah, I feel like you could come up with another character for like the Blob and the Horde.
Yeah.
And
I say it's like a creation of Modulok.
Yeah.
That I mean, yeah, that
Or
would be cool.
a blob character would be like a creation of Modulok,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because Modulok is almost like a humanoid version of the Blob, where he just can go around and collect more parts from the battlefield and stick them on, and they're part of him now. That's what I always imagined his power was like.
So much.
Just like Joe, rummaging around in all the dumpsters. This is mine now.
Collecting shit. Yeah.
Attaches it to him.
What, a prosthetic leg? I need this. Oh, hey, Bigfoot.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Bigfoot. That was always a cool concept. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Bigfoot.
I always
yeah.
thought a better name though would be Stompor.
Stompor is good. So this was the one that I chose, and it was a toss up between him or Snowman.
The goat,
steer?
the snow goat. Oh
Yeah.
God! That
The
was
guy that was on the
that was my
skis.
other choice. Yeah, that was my other choice besides Brainstorm.
So, but there was something about this one. I don't know. It's got kind of that weird, almost like with the elvish ears, and he's got almost kind of like a Hercules kind of a look to him.
Yeah,
too.
totally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Steve Reeves one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it would be a fun addition. He feels like he would be something that would totally fit in. Like
Yeah.
like
Fisto.
He's one of
Totally.
those figures that I'm kind of surprised they never did this gimmick. So
Yeah.
So in the
That's fucking
sketch,
cool.
he has that like giant like spiked ball that he's looking like he's kicking. So
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's kind of silly if that's all it is just a spiked ball. So I had it
Yeah,
so that
he
you
has a
could
way to
attach the
wield
chain
it.
to it and make it a mace.
Yeah,
Right.
that was a great idea.
Yeah, it was.
Or
That
you
is
can just
cool.
take
Yeah.
it while it's on there and just kick it at people.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
terrible.
And I think at one point, I don't remember if it was in the Power and Honor book that they call him Bigfoot or Footso, but I think at some
I
point
thought
think
it was
that's what
Bigfoot in the book. I thought.
it was Bigfoot in
I
the
thought
book.
it said Bigfoot.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny's checking.
Okay.
No,
Joe,
hey,
Motto.
that's Joe. Come on. Come on, Rebecca.
He's not going to break kayfabe. That's Joe Amato.
Man, that 40th anniversary logo did not come out well as I hoped it would. I
could make it out. I could make it out. So what it was.
Yeah, smaller scale does not read at all. In hindsight, I would have not used that.
Oh, here's the snowman guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that character.
Yeah.
he would be.
I always
That's
thought it
cool.
was such a cool
That's
concept.
really, really cool.
Yeah. So.
But he's more about just the accessories anyway. He's like like the cliff climber or whatever. You could have just had that stuff as an accessory.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, here's that guy. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the elf ears on him though. But where does it say? Well, maybe it doesn't say.
He's scrolling.
Yeah, no, it says Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Okay.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm definitely glad you changed the little kicking ball to an actual weapon.
I like him better than Handsome.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a character I never ever.
Even though
want
it's
to
a
see.
fun play on it's like a fun pun, but like to call a character like Handsome, like you know.
Well, and also just look at it. He looks awful. That's not a action figure that I would ever want.
You could.
Like,
the thing is, though, you could take a lot of the ones that are in there that are pretty iffy, and I bet you with the right love and care, you could make any one of them look cool.
Well, I remember when remember like that Netta
thing.
character that was shown. All right, remember Axel did like a condensed version of Netta, like she is actually like a humanoid woman, but can expand her body.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great idea. If he had
that
done,
was brilliant.
If that was his idea, I thought that was an excellent addition to that character. It made that character more interesting to me than just being this huge net.
Yeah, it could look quite pretty damn goofy.
Yeah, that's another character that I would also rename. I would call her Annette.
Like an old lady.
Yep, Annette. Come on, that's funny.
That would be her real name in her classics bio that Scott would.
Oh, yeah, that Scott would write.
Yeah,
no.
Pronounced by a series of punches to the face.
Elliot.
That's what Fisto's real name was pronounced by a series of punches to the face or something.
That was too bad. Too bad was the one that punched himself in the face.
Yeah.
And
I love that Optic. Yeah, Optic was pronounced by
series of blinks.
A series of blinks. Motherfucker doesn't have any eyelids. You can't blink, and also if it's one eye, it would be a wink. So yeah, that's.
I'm sure Scott was sitting in his office just like slapping his leg. Ha! I've done it again.
He just he keeps trying.
He lights in his big cigar and pets his evil cat or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, they're gonna eat it up. It's gonna be awesome. I'll be writing the He-Man movie and the TV series, the animated series. Real names for everybody. Technovest, Technoviruses, they're all gonna eat it up. These kids.
Oh yeah, but it's robust. The lineup is robust.
God. That was the female version of Roboto that he was going to introduce.
Robust. Oh, gross.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hey, did the female robot character ever get a name? The one that showed up in the
Robo Woman.
Comics? Was it just Robo Woman? Okay, yeah. I do want that figure.
I'm torn because those characters, I hate them all.
I want all the ones that you hate.
But the thing is, I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to say it's like because you want them, I don't want them getting made because I don't necessarily like them.
I would say that though.
That's fine. You can say that, but I'm gonna.
But not about those. I actually thought a lot of those characters that Axel had designed for the shitty mini comics that Scott wrote, like I thought some of them were pretty cool. But
that's the thing. That's where I'm torn because his renditions and his drawings of them, like we were just saying, like you could take a terrible character concept and you could draw it really well. He did that with pretty much all of those really stupid things. Like I made the joke a long time ago. It's like I always thought like Nightlick would just look around at his office just to see what was there, and then he would name a character like, "Oh, it's Stapler," like whatever it was happened to be there. Like
I could and then they'd make a Rob Schneider movie about it.
Oh, I cat sit for a lady. I cat sit for a lady who has 13 cats.
Yeah.
And she names her cats like that. It's like Clorox, Mando, like Clicker. It's like whatever the fuck's in front of her. She's like, that's my cat's name is Bobby Pin. Okay.
My friend
it's like, what? The first thing I see when I come in, it's like, what are these cats' names?
My friend
one of my friends in high school was talking about when he got his new cat, he says, I'm gonna name him Dave. And his sister goes, you can't name a cat Dave. And he's like, it's my cat. I can call it whatever I want. But his logic was like, I don't want to be outside. Hey, Mr. Fluffy Pants or whatever. Like, just outside going, Dave? Dave?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
My friend wanted to name his dog Computer. And after that didn't go over well with the wife, then he's like, okay, how about pizza? And she's like, no, we're not naming the dog Computer or Pizza. So
yeah, because then you can't watch Star Trek: The Next Generation.
So the sixth character was going to be Inflator.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If you are familiar with that character.
Yep.
He
Hold up, Johnny. Joey, whoever the fuck you are.
Starts with a
Who
J.
are you?
I was trying to get a special look to his design that I liked, but it just kept coming out wrong. And
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, it's like that was James's pick, and I like that character too. I would love to have it. I love the fact that in Power and Honor, there we go. You gonna show him?
Yeah, I would have called him Blowhard.
Well, yeah, that's what they call him in that book, Blowhard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Does he look
Yeah.
more like a She-Ra character or a He-Man character to you all?
He does look more like a She-Ra character. Actually.
He does, and
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
The thing is with him though, the fact that his character like inflates and his color scheme in that book, which I think works really well with him, is pink. It reminds me of bubblegum. So like like inhaling all the air and then pushing it out, kind of a thing. And I think it works well for that. In my mind, when I see that character, all I can think of is the voice of Dom DeLuise for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what I imagine in my head. So
like Dom DeLuise talking like in Robin Hood Men in Tights, you know? He's
So
doing his Don Quixote impression.
But yeah, I'd probably if I was gonna do that, I'd change the pink from like a hot pink or fuchsia, whatever it is, into like a baby pink, so that it looks more like the bubble gum. I think that'd be freaking hilarious.
yeah, so I like that character. So maybe next time I can get that one squared away, and then we could do a round 2, and everybody picks another one because there's other ones in there I'd love to draw.
There are.
Yeah.
There's plenty in there, but like if we're not limited to just the concept figures that we've seen, there's a lot of other things.
Oh yeah.
I mean, now they've already opened it up to like Sunman and stuff like that. So
the characters William Stout designed for the movies. That
Right.
I got one right here. I got one right here that he designed for the movie.
Yeah.
Warwick?
Right back.
I want to draw Warwick.
Yeah.
Warwick and Vampire. Did you ever see the design for him?
Yeah.
Oh,
The book right here. I'm pulling a John, whatever the fuck his name is.
I love that you have that handy right there. Yep, Warwick.
This character. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Warwick.
Yeah. I printed it off so he could autograph it for me, but I always thought it was such a kick-ass concept.
Yeah, I'd love to draw him. He's been on my list of characters to draw for a long time. I just haven't gotten to it.
We got this early concept of the Gwildor.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
There's a really cool initial drawing of Sorod where he looks like he's actually more reptilian, lizard-like with like multiple legs.
Right.
Yes, where he's actually like a dinosaur.
Yeah. Those
That's in
ones
here.
are great. Like we could, if we did do another round, if we did it where there's, well, first off, number one, if that was a 6-figure wave where you had Brainstorm, Inflator, or Blowhard, Bigfoot,
Soltra,
the true unnamed one, and Soltra as a 6-figure like wave, like special wave. Would you want them? Would you get them?
Yes, I'd buy every one of them.
Yeah, that one. That design's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Grim.
like it could have been a mount, basically.
Yeah.
I love this drawing of Sorod right here.
Yeah, that one too. Definitely.
It's cool. I got to get that book at some point.
Grim 2 sent me this, and he was like, "Show this." So here we go. Early
yeah.
movie Beastman with tits.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
thought it said a motto at the bottom there.
And he would have to be played by Meatloaf in a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with his Fight Club tits.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
someone
really
had to
do
get
like
that.
the design though he made of Beastman. Also, it's far enough removed from the toy, but for sure I like it's got
Like
this kind of
the concept drawing, like where he's the one where he's like has like the battle flag
yep.
standing out. Yeah. Then there's one almost looks like a Wolfman look, who has kind of like his hands up like this in the air. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the version that's got the battle flag more than
I
that
do too.
one. Cool, but I like the battle flag one better.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
It almost looks like he's more intelligent. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has kind of like
Yeah.
a samurai warrior.
There's
feel
another
to him.
picture.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just gonna say, like almost like a Mongolian warrior, like
Yeah. There's the
Yeah.
other one. Yeah, it looks like a Wolfman
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at all those.
yeah, they're great.
That's-
A lot of
Trying
those
to,
looks like Grizzlor in some of those.
It's got
Right.
different baboon-like faces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ren McKenzie is here in the chat. He joined us on the show a few weeks back, and he said this. I went back and watched the Masters
Hi,
movie
Ren.
again because of Tyler.
Dirty now. And Ren, are you ready to say you were right?
While we wait for his response, I will pass it to the chat room. If you
There's
guys have
vampire.
any questions, go ahead and leave those in there for us.
Yep, vampire.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
He'd be awesome. One of the things I was thinking of doing and I didn't do it with this set of characters. There's concepts of they made these little concepts of these like little subsets of figures. It was kind of like on the level of like a Meteorbs kind of a thing where you'd collect a bunch of little
Stacking
things.
ones.
Yeah. So there's ones called the multiples, and there's ones that look like little tiny little bodybuilder guys that stack up on each other. And then there's another one where they look like these little like voodoo doll like crypt things that stack up on each other, like the good version and the bad version.
Right.
And I was thinking, okay, so in the concept, there's 3 of each represented. And there was going to be 6 characters in this wave. So I was going to have it so that each character in this made up wave
Comes with one of them.
Came
Yeah.
with one of them. So if you had all 6 of them,
Oh,
you'd
so you
have
can build them up. Yeah.
yeah.
Collect them all kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Yep. There they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the little creepy
I
guy.
bet those would have ended up looking like the little cavemen that me and Tyler like.
Oh yeah, the Play School
Yeah.
cavemen. Yeah,
Yeah.
those things are badass.
Here you go, Tyler.
Okay.
Ren says,
That-
I was not right.
Oh, so he was not right, and I was.
Well,
Sounds like it.
What was said before?
Yeah, he
Oh.
thought the movie was shit. So he was being publicly an asshole. So I think he should apologize. Which I'm glad he's coming in here live to
Oh.
apologize. You know.
Oh, wait. All right. So he says, I was not right that the movie was worse than I remember.
Oh.
Oh,
What an asshole.
Doubling down.
That movie was worse than I remember. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, Rand, just because you said that, I expect my commission from you done pronto.
Yeah, I'm
want it
surprised.
done, when I wake up in the morning before I go to work, I want that in my my message box. I'm having him do a commission that can be uploaded to T-Pop for people to put on T-shirts.
Ooh, nice.
So, and my face is not on there. I'm just letting people know that it's not a commission to me.
It's about
Not
time.
his face.
Not my face. Not this time.
It's just a
retired.
He-Man that looks just like you.
I can't help that.
Oh, why? See, look at Tom's face right now. That's exactly how I feel. Where he's just he looks like he's about to either fall
Impressed. He
asleep
looks like
or
he
throw
looks
up.
like he's impressed right
No,
now.
I no.
He's noodling over new concept drawings that he can do. You know.
I was like, I think I should buy a boat.
Like the picture of James Eatock staring at the drink.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was the drink was I think it was a Triclops, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And
Here's a
like,
picture.
someone bought him like 7 of those fucking drinks, and I'm like, who is trying to kill James Etok here? Like,
There's a picture of him, and he's just sitting at the bar. He looks like he's just reevaluating his life as he's looking at this drink, sitting at the bar. And I took that picture and I just put put a thought bubble with him, and it just said, "I think I should buy a boat."
okay, so that was your work. Okay,
That was me.
That cracked me up. Because like I think that was the same night that like his room was right above Carla Marsh's.
Okay.
And like the next morning,
I don't know where you're going with this, but okay.
wait for it. Trust me,
Just
this
the
is worth it.
delivery of that was
The
great.
next morning,
Okay.
the next morning we're out you know, before the convention or like on break or lunch or whatever, I forget, but Carla was out there saying like, I don't know what was going on upstairs, but like all I heard was like it sounded like people moving furniture around, and
James
then,
Etok was
and
just
then,
having
like, you know,
sex.
and no, and
Call me
then
Busta.
you know, something fell down, and then there was hysterical laughing, and
They were
I'm
shooting
like,
a porno.
what room number is yours? And she's all, oh, like her room was like 515 or whatever, and so like I immediately went inside and I asked James, I said, James, are you in room 615? And he's like, yeah.
I like how you just have access to everybody's rooms.
Well, no. He was on the convention floor, but like I asked him if that was his room. And first of all, when I first walked up to him, I saw how much he had drank the night before, and I said, "So, how you feeling?" He's all, "Oh, I'm fucking wrecked." And I'm like, because I thought he was gonna say, "Oh, I'm fucking fine," but no, I'm fucking wrecked. And so then I asked him if he was in room 615. He's all, yeah, well, how'd you know that? And I said, because Carla is in room 515. And he went like this. He's all, oh my goodness. And he's all, I have to apologize. And like he runs out there to apologize to her. And she's just laughing. She's like, I was just wondering why y'all didn't invite me.
Johnny, before like you have to tell the guys your story with Meg Foster.
Oh.
Just to get everybody
Okay.
fucking jealous in the chat and everywhere.
So, Meg Foster, when she was at PowerCon, I think the first time I met her was it 2012 or 13, I think? But it was the next time was even more ridiculous. Because
It was 2013, I think, was the first time she was there.
Yeah, and that's when I first got to see like how cool she actually looks in person. Like she looks like she's a made up thing. Like she looks like a special effect. Like her
we were
eyes
talking
literally
about,
look like
the room can be dark, but her eyes are still light.
Yep,
it's surreal.
And that's why I want the William Stout collection version of Evil Lynn, and I want it to have LED eyes. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to PowerCon. So then in was it 2017 or 18 when she was at PowerCon again? Anyway, so like I had made the Evil Lynn armor like based on the 2000 X line, and I got her to put on the armor. Just slide it over her clothes. Like I didn't make her go change or anything. But
that's how we know it's not the real Joe. The real Joe would have been
take off your clothes.
Take off your clothes.
Honest, never mind. Anyway, so like my girlfriend is standing there taking pictures and just cracking up because I'm like fangirling out on Meg Foster, and I'm looking at her eyes and I said, your eyes have been mesmerizing me for years. And Savannah goes, that is the most romantic thing he's ever said. And he didn't even say it to me. And then Meg Foster kissed me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dressed as Evil Lynn. She kissed him.
Yeah, wearing the Evil Lynn armor. There is no picture of that as far as I know, but like that actually happened.
I don't know. I don't believe you. I think you made it all up.
Yeah. I know,
Pixar
I was
didn't
looking through. I was trying to find like the pictures that I had of me and her, and I could only find the ones from 2013. I couldn't find the ones from 17 or 18 when she was there again. But
She's awesome. She's a great guest.
She
Yeah.
is. She's a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
I'd love to meet that woman. Oh my god, I have so much to ask her.
yeah, one of the things I did get to ask her is I was talking about how in the movie it seemed like her and Skeletor had like a previous like romantic thing going on, but they were like now exes. And I asked her, was that something that you guys actually did on purpose, or is that just how the chemistry worked? And she said, no, that's something that they actually discussed, like, to give the characters more depth and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's freaking cool. Like, yeah.
Details that are greatly unappreciated by like our friend Ren, who clearly didn't pick up on all that subtext there because he's too busy. It's
Right.
dumb, man. It's
He can
dumb.
pick it
I
up
like King
though, especially,
Grayskull.
especially in the scene where like it looks like they were almost making out, like the scene before.
Where
Yeah.
they're like,
Like
right.
you pick up, yeah.
That they
Like-
said, I mentioned it too before. I think that scene where he gets the power of Grayskull and he's becoming the golden like god version of himself, and it's so bright and like fantastic. Everybody else is cowering and like looking away except her. She's the only one with her eyes still
Right.
wide and looking right at him, which I
Yeah,
thought was
because her eyes are actually giving off more
it's a
light than
small
him.
little thing, but it's a great touch.
But I always took it like the way he's talking to the entire court, like it's pissing her off that he's holding himself so above everybody, like she's pissed off that he's like dismissing everybody in the room, that he's bigger than everybody, he's stronger than everybody, he is a god. I just took it like, fuck this guy. It was a bad rock.
Bad rock video.
I feel like the next time Ren is on the show, it's gonna be explosive.
When he says bad, he means like good. Like that's bad. Like Michael Jackson, bad.
Yeah, that's right, Ren. We know what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tom reads it
Wesley
loud and
Snipes.
clear. We know you
Actually,
committed the greatest sin publicly here.
This is how he meant it.
So bad.
Yeah, but when Lucas says that, he's like, it's bad, man. It's cool.
That's
So-
what I'm saying. That's what Tom was alluding to. So
okay,
yeah.
all right.
You ain't bad. You ain't nothing.
And then
Here's a
Wesley Snipes went
question.
to prison.
Here's a question from Sean. Johnny as Joe cosplay got me thinking. Who in our fandom and the whole international community would
That's
you switch
international.
bodies with for a day, Freaky Friday style? I would switch places with James Etalk. I think I just want to, I guess, be in London. I don't
And
know.
the community.
Yeah,
So I couldn't switch places with like Dolph Lundgren's wife or anything like that.
I mean, we can make an exception for you, I
Oh
suppose.
crap! No.
Tyler's picking night lick.
Oh,
Though then I could right the wrongs for one entire day. On one Freaky Friday, I could go and apologize for fucking up the community.
Who asked that question?
This was just Sean. I'll
That's
pop
a
it
good
up again.
question.
it is. I'm having a hard time.
I thought he was asking Johnny that question. Like, who would Johnny want to cosplay?
No, I think it's where Johnny is cosplaying as Joe.
Yeah,
for this
Right, I
episode.
inspired the question.
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's so like I have no idea who I would like.
I
to
guess I
switch
could go as
bodies with.
Tom and just think about buying a boat all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this
You
is
didn't have to
getting a
necessarily
little bit
be me to
meta.
think about buying a boat, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, Tyler would switch with Ren so he could be like, the 87 movie
I was
is.
wrong. The
Is
87
I
movie
would
is
just switch bodies
phenomenal.
with everybody who's pissed me off. Yeah.
I watched the movie and I'm like, how do people hate this? Because I just get so excited watching it. But
Well, we have
that's-
a special word for those kinds of people who don't like the movie, but we might get in trouble on this podcast if we say it.
Modern or at any point?
Well,
Any point.
any
Ooh,
point.
see, at any point.
Then I would probably pick somebody who originally worked on the line on an artistic level.
oh, like Roger Sweet or Mark Taylor or someone.
Somebody like that, yeah.
Or
Or
Oh,
maybe
it could be
His
Larry,
body.
it could be Larry Houston.
yeah.
I like how even when he's not here,
Yeah, he's
like
just doing
on
just
camera,
to piss me off.
I love it. Ren, you got it. Ren, please try to be here every week in the chat room.
Yeah, and we could talk about how awesome King Grayskull is.
He
That's
will
when we
be
asked him and
outnumbered.
No,
he
I
dodged
think
the
it-
question.
Is King Grayskull your most loathed character?
Yeah. Fucking hate that character.
I was
I
thinking
hate him. God.
Mine's Mighty Spectre, but that's kind of a given.
Well, I mean, and he would be up there too, but I think just because so many people are still running with the King Grayskull concept, I'm like, you motherfuckers are not doing any kind of like research or anything. You're just doing a quick Google search, watching a YouTube video. Oh, yeah, he's clearly part of the mythology. No, he's not.
Not really. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like now because he's been used so many times in different versions, like I guess now he kind of is cemented in it in a way.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not.
That's what makes it harder.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes it harder to get rid of him.
He's not for me, but
Nah, I don't like the character, but
Piece of
I
shit.
actually got the Masterverse version.
Oh, okay. All right.
Johnny.
See you
Johnny.
later. See you later.
no,
Thank
take
you.
it back.
Oh,
People are allowed to
Back,
like
back to business.
wow, you
No,
got like
I got him. So
you got the red chair
make it
boots.
custom. I'm changing the character. He's gonna be Hebrew.
That's an insult to Hebrew.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
What? It's
The whole room goes silent.
Yes.
You know what? Just for them kicking you out again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in timeout.
I'll bring
You
him
know
back.
Joe,
He's
you
a-
need to come back. I'm ruining your
I know.
reputation.
Fuck this show. Why
said
did he
that-
leave?
You sent him to the Phantom Zone.
I don't know.
Help us.
I love that movie.
Yeah, he looks tired enough.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe Joe was out there doing this. Gives me an excuse to play it again.
And then suddenly, without a warning, Joey had an accident. What you're about to hear is the actual recording of the incident that took place on that fateful night.
Look at this merman head. Yeah, that was really something. That was sad. Huh? Oh, fuck.
With his pants soiled, Joey retreated to his lair. According to health officials, he is yet to take a bath.
I like how you're playing it out, Johnny.
So maybe that's what he was doing or is doing currently. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Graham. You'll have to talk to Robert Stack. We'll have to figure out where Joe disappeared to. The real Joe.
You don't think he was upset just from the gag?
No.
No.
I think what happened is
I think he was flattered by that.
I think that once he had that delay, he was probably too paranoid about
He
derailing.
does get
the whole
frustrated when his internet gets goofy. Like he gets
He gets mad when
Yeah.
his equipment don't work.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh!
Stop. Okay. All right.
Where was that? Yeah, here's this. Here's this question from Oliver. If you were the executives at Mattel, would you release the 4 He-Man figure pack in retail or price it at 80 to 90 since 150 is too pricey? He's talking about that Mattel Creations 4-pack Origins deal that came out with the varying.
Well, besides there being just figures based off of He-Man from the various versions, is there anything else special about it? Like
The packaging, I guess, because
I mean,
That's
I
it.
saw that like they look like the weapons are like vac metal, but that's about it, right?
yeah, there's something like that, but I don't know.
Well,
I mean, if you put them out,
I'm sorry.
if you put them out in retail, just because it's 4 He-Mans, I just expect that it would be flooded.
That sounds getting
and
weird.
Yeah, your picture's frozen up a bit.
It looks like it's on the phone.
All right, it's starting to go now.
there we go. I mean,
There we
hey, the authentic Joe Amato experience.
I liked how he turned his camera just like Joe to go change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but They would just collect dust, probably. Like the people that really wanted them would buy them, and then over time it would just be flooded. And look how Target is when you walk in there now.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a product that's actually a good one for retail. That seems
No.
like that's perfect fodder for like an exclusive off
What,
of
the
the
40?
Mattel
Yeah.
website, something like
Get
that.
all the suckers.
But that's like an easy pass for me. Like I don't need that. And
We're not
also, I
doing
think they charged way too much for it. Way too much. That thing should not have been
That
more
was
than
the killer for
$70.
me. Yeah, I didn't really want them to begin with, but yeah, that price tag was just stupid.
Yeah,
No.
it kind of makes me worried when they do the Eternia playset because I have an expectation of how much, and I feel like they're just gonna completely go over that to make it too expensive.
That's one of those
Yeah.
things. I never
Yeah.
had the original, and I would like to have this because I never had the original. I think it would still work in scale with like the original figures that I have.
Mhm.
Right.
But yeah, that thing's gonna if they're charging what was $150 for this 4-figure pack, that thing's gonna be what
Yeah.
$600.
That's true.
Probably.
Well, do
And-
we think they're gonna release it in like 3 separate releases?
I would hope
Because-
not.
Yeah, that would suck if they did.
No,
but
because you have to put it together, have the box, make it like how they did with Castle Grayskull. You got to make it as
Yeah.
accurate.
my fear
to,
with that would be like they make 1 and 2,
Two of
and
them.
then something goes wrong or whatever,
Yeah.
and they don't complete, or it's very rare, and now you have to pay $1 million to fucking complete your set.
My fear on that would
Right.
be if they sold it
My
separately.
way around that would be if they released all 3 simultaneously.
Yeah.
I think you just got to make it.
If you're going to release all 3 simultaneously, how's that different than releasing it all together as one thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a business major.
My fear is if they sold them separately, like a lot of the stuff that they've been selling off Mattel Creations has been really hit hard with like bots and stuff like that. So like a lot of people are trying to get like their exclusive figures and can't because it sells out within minutes.
Right.
So my fear would be if they sold them separately, you get maybe Snake Tower, but you miss Grayskull Tower because it sells out before you could get it, and now you don't have a full set. You'll have to go to secondary market to get it, and then just pay like twice as much, if not more.
Mm.
So at least if it's a big priced item, you have less likely bots scooping up them by the dozens.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, if as long as all 3 were guaranteed, if I could buy them like 6 months apart, it would be a lot easier on my bank account.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but they're not going to do that with.
They should just make it to order. Just
They
make
should
it
just
to
make
order.
one
Well,
for
that's,
me.
that's what.
Guys,
That's
I got to jump in here, guys, because I got to bounce because I got to be up at 5 in the morning. So you guys
Alright.
keep
No
going
problem.
there.
Good seeing
Johnny,
you, man.
Tom, good seeing you guys. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
got to get my ass to bed here. So,
All right.
Oh,
Tyler.
yeah.
so
Have a
you guys
good night.
enjoy yourselves.
Great
and,
seeing you, Tyler.
All
as
right,
always.
you all take care.
Take care,
man.
man.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Right.
And then there were 4. We went from
Right.
6 to 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
was
go
so
ahead and
cool.
probably wrap this up in the next few minutes anyway, because it's like well over the 2-hour mark. But yeah, you gotta. They have to. It's gonna be like the crowd-funded thing on their site. That's the only. I don't think they're just gonna plop it on there. Here's the price, whatever. The people that want one, they need to back it to make it happen.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Probably.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
what they did with the Grizzlord thing?
Grizzlor, they sold a limited number that they had. I don't know if it was considered in stock or it's what stock they were going to have sooner rather than later. And when that sold out, that was that for that day. But then the next day, they had a made-to-order sale. Where
Yeah,
could
that's what I
still
meant.
Yeah, people could still order Grizzlor, but you're not going to see him until next year.
Right.
Because they have to put a whole new production into order.
Yeah, and that made me wonder if like that was them like testing the waters, seeing like, hey, if this works, this could be.
No, that was somebody at Mattel fucking up, thinking that they could put Grizzlor, a main character, as an exclusive on Mattel Creations, and then getting a shit ton of backlash from people who are upset that you put Grizzlor as an exclusive figure.
Right.
Right. Instead of it being like Josh or something.
Yeah.
Because the ones I had before that were like, what was it? The comic book colored Triclops, and what was another one that they had on there recently? Was it? It wasn't. It was Wondar. They had Wondar, like those two kinds of characters, and then they put Grizzlor next. It's like, wait, no.
Right. And was anyone else bothered by the comic book colored Triclops not being the right colors?
I mean, what else did you expect, man?
Yeah, because like them having it like, you know, with the fuchsia and the green flipped bugged the shit out of me, except for when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, they're doing this like for a first run, and then they're going to do a repaint later with the correct comic book colors, and they never did, and I don't think they're ever going to, and it pisses me off.
Well, did you see the Masterverse version of Too Bad, where they tried to do the whole like different sized like Tuvar Badra thing, but they did it reversed?
Yes.
So Tuvar is the shorter one, and Badra
also weirded me out. Yeah.
It looks like.
But I don't care about that because I still have my 2000X version of him, and that is my standard version.
But it makes me wonder. It's like, okay, did somebody on the design side say, okay, I'm going to do this to shake things up? Or was it, just so incompetent, I don't know, like I haven't done any research, or I did it really half-assed. So, like,
I don't know which one would be worse either.
You did it to pop. It's a design pop. Do you remember that excuse? Do you remember that when they would when something would get screwed up in classics? They're like, "Oh, we did it to make the design pop." It's like, no,
it wasn't like the reverse shoulders, but it was something.
They did it like somebody's forearms were reversed. They were on the wrong arms.
It was forearms reversed.
And then they when it was pointed out, like, oh no, wait, the forearms are switched. They're like, oh no, we did that to make the designs pop. It's like, no, no, you didn't. You screwed up.
Yeah,
trying to cover their ass.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that's kind of what they've been doing the last little while, anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. I'm not in the industry, so I can't speak on these things. I don't think there's really much in the way of other questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll wrap this up. This episode kind of had a lot of everything tonight. I really, especially. Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Mumdar. Sorry, that's his name, not Rap Trap. Rap Trap is stupid.
Well, what's his?
Yeah.
What did you call him?
Mumdar. It was
Mumdar?
Some other fan came up with it on the org, and Mumdar sounds like a He-Man name. Rap Trap would only work if he had like stretchy bands that you can wrap around someone.
I drew a concept of him before the figure came out, and I actually gave him like slinky arms.
Okay.
So like, he looked like the band, like his hands were attached to the other end of the slinkies, and the part was attached to his arms, so they could like reach out. It looked like the slinky was at the band unraveling, so his hands could reach out further.
And then the name Rap Trap would actually fit. So yeah, that would work. But yeah, no, I gave this guy like a brown wash on the green part so that
he looked a little darker, but I didn't know if that was just the lighting.
Yeah, Johnny retouches like all his toys.
Yeah,
to make them better.
Yeah, I wanted him to look more like zombie and less like neon green. So,
looks good. Looks real good.
So yeah, just a simple brown wash, and that popped out. It made the bandages pop too. So yeah.
Even on like a blurry
customizers on the show.
Yeah.
There's so many of you.
Yep.
I'm just over here like I don't have a special skill.
I've got a certain set of skills.
Oh yeah, God, that's beautiful.
I love that figure. I just got that in the mail yesterday.
Yeah. I gotta order it. I like the sword that you gave him.
Oh yeah. I gave him the horseman sword, and it matches him perfectly.
It does.
Yeah.
Such a great figure.
He came with like cauldrons and stuff, but
it really is.
I like him better without him.
Gorgeous.
And like his bow, like it's really cool. I prefer the sword for him, but like the bow is awesome because like the string is gold.
That's cool.
When they come out with these things, it's like
Speaking of bows, 1 second.
Okay.
No, go
I
ahead.
always see these things and I want an army build, and I just want to have like an armada of these like centaur guys and stuff like that, just like filling up a shelf. Like,
yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, I want at least 3 more of these guys because this one is red. We need a black one, we need a white one, and we need a zombified one, so we can have the 4 horsemen.
Makes too much sense.
Yes.
No, am I the only person that did this to their original Shira, or Princess Power Toyline bow? I cut it out. So before it's all solid.
Right, yeah.
Here, so I just cut it out, and it's like the worst actual fucking bow.
It actually kind of works, yeah, without even having to.
Yeah, I just dremelled that part out. It's like
that's awesome.
Now he can hold it properly, because before he could only hold it like
that
in a weird way because this part was filled in.
He's constantly shooting himself.
Yeah.
But
now, so there's a little tip for people if you have this original bow figure.
Yeah, see, I never had the original ones, but I got the classics one.
Badass.
Yeah, I never had any of the Shiva figures when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Well, you guys suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but anybody watching, like, the stupid filled-in part, just dremel it out so that he can actually hold it.
Yeah, I like that. Because, that's something that I did with my Ninjor and Slamurai. Their stupid bows, like, I cut off the string, the string or whatever that they had on there and put an actual string. I don't have those out right now, so I can't get them, but yeah. The bows that actually work are nice.
The real Joe would have just had that laying in the floor at his feet to pick up at a moment's notice.
Right?
I know.
Is that the original cowl?
I made this.
You made it?
I made this like many years ago, before Classics made theirs. I was like, I need a cowl to go with my bow.
That's amazing. That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I need to cast it and like resell them because it's like scaled right to him.
Yeah.
But I need to make,
I would definitely want one of those.
I want to make the little feet like come off with magnets so that they can put it down. So like when he's floating, give him like a little sand.
Okay.
So like he's floating and his feet aren't just like standing.
Right.
What?
I'm just keep wondering where the fuck Joe went.
I think a lot of it is just like we always have Joe around to kind of fill in like the dead air spots. So when he's not here,
I keep waiting for Joe to say something.
Did you have fun with the drawing?
Yeah, I've got this little goblin guy from Mythic Legions, and I had to customize him and make him into my General Tataran.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a character I wish they would have made.
Yeah, and any of the goblins and things like that would be like army builders. That's something that I really wish we would have gotten in Classics.
Would you be angry or happy if they made Malaktha for Origins?
I want Malaktha, but I'd rather have him in Classics, like a Classics version.
Same. Me too. I'd be happy that he's finally getting recognition, but I would be kind of mad that we weren't getting him in Classics.
Me too.
Yeah.
Classics is the way to go. I had Joe make me a custom. It's not in Classics, it's in vintage style. And he's going to show that off at some point and then mail it to me eventually.
Oh, he doesn't have it ready yet. I was about to say, I'm like, he made it and it's in your house?
Because like the Clamp Champ head that they had for Classics already looks like a slightly older character, so just throw a beard on him and the rest of him is pretty easy part reuse. So
yeah, for the most part,
yeah. You'd have to have a couple unique things like have his belt and something for the tunic, but I wouldn't go soft goods. I wouldn't go soft goods either. I'd definitely want a new sculpt for that.
Yeah, I don't think you would need soft goods. I think that can all be sculpted on and not interfere with his articulation.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah, because you just need a new bicep pieces with the
Sleeve.
bands,
Yeah.
and the new chest piece, the medallion thing that he has there.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Did
the
you-
boots. I think the boots were just pretty much like like these guys, like the ones they use for Eldor. You could probably use those same boots.
I need
Yeah.
to look at Malacta's boots again because I can't remember exactly what
I
they
think
were.
they were.
You got kind
I
of like
think they
those
were-
black buccaneer like shoes.
Yeah. They were kind of like pirate boots,
Mm.
and Eldor had those, so that's why I gave him a tug of war here. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing the drawing thing with
Oh, yeah.
concept?
Which one?
I said, did you enjoy doing the drawings thing today with the concept characters?
Oh, absolutely.
No, it was terrible,
awesome.
Tom. Jeez.
That was awesome. I thought like I was drawing something. I'm like, what's I drawing?
Like
I was having a blonde moment. Sorry.
It's been a while since I drew something.
Next,
No,
next
that was great. That was great. I loved seeing all of your drawings for stuff.
Yeah, because they always
They
look
really
like really
rich.
like official release type stuff, you know.
They really do. They really do.
Well,
And it
thank
just makes you like sad that you can't have these things.
Yeah, I've drawn over 100 characters for like those various Fushab articles that I had
Yeah.
Mhm.
the opportunity to do them for. And out of all those characters, the portion of them did come out after I had drawn them, and I was like, oh, cool. And I was happy for that. But there's so many other characters that I've drawn. I'm like, man, I really wish they would have made this character and I would have continued.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and those
And they still
those drawings.
I want to draw.
Yeah, those drawings always like just add on to my list of customs that I'll probably never get to, of ones that I want to make. And it's like, oh yeah, I have to get this figure, and this figure, and it's like I'm looking at the prices on the secondary market, and I'm like, oh, that might have to wait until I'm
Yeah.
like really, really rich for some reason.
Yeah, I'm at some point I want to buy a 3D printer and
Make your own.
make my own.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I want to get a resin 3D printer so that they come out crisp and nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man. Well-
I just wish I was better at like casting things and remaking
I
them,
don't know
because
how to
like
do
I'd
any
go
of that.
old school. What?
Mhm.
I don't know how to do any of that. Casting, using plastics, nothing.
I do, but it is a pain in the ass with action figures because of all those little
Yep.
pieces. You need a what is it called? What is it? The suction thing where you put them in and it takes all the air. Pressure. Yeah,
Thing.
Yeah, pressure cook. Is it a pressure cooker?
pressure
No.
cooker, something like that.
Dutch-
Pressure. It's a pressure machine or whatever. But
It's called a Dutch oven.
and I want to get it.
That's the list. No, no.
It's a Dutch oven.
I want to get one so bad, but I'm scared because I know somebody who had one. Well, John knows somebody who had one, and it blew up in his face and it fucked his face up. So I'm scared of him.
Ouch. No.
So
I actually one time asked somebody to make a custom for me of a classics figure because I had seen somebody do a custom of like one of the vintage figures. They took a clawful figure and they made it with translucent plastic and they called it seashell because it was you could see through it and it was clear and it had blue like highlights and stuff on it and everything like that. And it was
Yeah, he'd
great.
be like from the depths of the Sea of Rakash or something, like at the bottom of the ocean. That's where his people come from.
It was amazing. It was such a fun idea, and it totally felt like something that would be in like Masters of the Universe, like the pun and everything. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh man, I would love to see this as an actual like classics figure. So I kept asking people who customize figures. I'm like, hey, can you do this? They're like, no. And I said, why? They're like, you know how many parts there are on a classics figure? No, I'm not doing that. It would take forever. So like,
Yeah, because each joint is at least 2 parts, and then there's like a million of those. Like, yeah.
and all this internal bits too, and
No, that's what I mean. Is like if you're casting a shoulder, you need to do the shoulder and the little thing the wheel thing that goes inside.
Yeah.
And too many. But one gimmick that I was surprised that Masters never did was the photochromic plastic. Why didn't we get like a Zartan like faker that in the dark he looks like He-Man, but you get him in sunlight and he turns blue?
I was thinking they could do something like that. Well, they kind of did something like that in Classics with that San Diego Comic Con Orko. It didn't change color. It went from like that quasi invisible, like
yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it was the Orko 2-pack that had Orko and then Prince Adam in the bottom, and then there was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive version of it where he was like this translucent one, and like you could still see tint of color in him.
Yeah.
So translucent, and then you got it with water or whatever, and then it became
because they used thermochromic instead of photochromic, so it was temperature sensitive.
So I was thinking they could have done something like that for Camo Con, and have it so like he could have like the camouflage pattern and everything like that appear on him or something like that using something like that.
That would be a smart use for that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Because
if you're talking about doing it with someone like CamoCon, like other than the lobster claws like being gold or whatever it was, like
like if you just look like if you had just like the body and everything, and you put them out in the sunlight, and then all the camouflage patterns like appeared on them or something like that.
Right, and they wouldn't have to do that with the plastic. That could be paint.
Yeah,
to do that.
Right.
So that would be probably cheaper.
Yeah, which is what Mattel would have to do because they're kind of cheap. Not gonna lie, they're cheap and they're overcharging for their 4-packs.
Yeah,
very much so.
I gotta get that Centaur.
I know.
I actually I was looking it up on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm like, how much is this guy?
Do any of you?
I don't even remember how much I paid for him.
Marvel Legend, Nathan's your guy to talk to.
Oh yeah. Oh god, what a. It's so funny with Marvel Legends because you're like, I'm just gonna buy this one or two. I'm okay, and then you have them there.
It's a slippery slope.
And then you're like, well, what if I just I've been reading X-Men. What if I just kind of like just get some of these guys here, and then I'm like, oh, I'm really into Fantastic Four. I'll just get the Walgreens exclusive ones and be done. Oh wait, they've made some others. Maybe I'll pick. And now I got like an entire.
I'm the similar way. I started off going, I'm just gonna get Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man.
Well, Tom, you're in luck because that's all they've been coming out with lately. It's like, here's another variant Spider-Man suit.
Well, this year in particular because it's the anniversary. But did you see the HasLab for the Ghost Rider project?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna back it?
I already did. My friend Felipe Smith came up with that new Ghost Rider character with Trad.
Okay.
Back in 2014, I think it was. So, like, I remember like clear as day, like when that first came out and everything like that. And so I had to back it. I not only just because it's just a cool character and the car looks awesome, but because of the tie to my friend and everything like that. I was like, finally making it. They haven't made it yet, though. That's the thing. I hope the Kickstarter goes through.
I'm pretty sure it will. I personally am not gonna back it because I'm not like super into Ghost Rider. Plus, I back Galactus, and that's gonna be on the way. Yeah. It was exciting getting that email. It's just like, hey, make sure your address is correct. We're gonna be shipping it soon. I'm like,
that was one of those things where I backed Galactus, and I was waiting for that third tier to drop on it, like the Kickstarter. What was it? Stretch goal.
Yeah.
That last stretch goal. And I'm like, who's it going to be? It's going to be another Herald. It's got to be another Herald. And then it was like this weird Doctor Doom version of
the Doom head. Yeah.
I missed the story.
Which was kind of a bummer. I was kind of in the same boat. I'm like, I'm just going to keep waiting until we're getting towards the end to see if they're going to announce anything else. And I'm like, I got to do this because I've been so into Fantastic Four. But now I got to go over here and clear some space off of the shelf.
For
Galactus and the Heralds because it's gonna be awesome though.
Yeah, I got the Sentinel also.
I probably should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, like I said, remember when I said I was just gonna get Spider-Man?
I feel like that's like that with everybody that wants to just dip their toes in. It's you think you're gonna be able to do that, and then it just doesn't happen. You just start buying more like the Baron Zemo and Jigsaw Walgreens exclusives. They actually put them back up on their website, and I ordered them because someone on Reddit at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
While I was at work, they were like, "They're back in stock." I'm like, "I need to order these."
Yeah.
And they just got here yesterday, so all that shit's sitting in the floor. I'm like, "Great, more stuff to unbox."
Who was the third one? Because it was Baron Zemo, then Jigsaw, and there was a third one that was going to be coming out to Walgreens this year.
God. Whoever it was probably someone I was just like,
Thinking about the Sentinels though, like I would have a problem getting one of them because they're technically army builders.
Well,
so I would want a few of them.
Let's just say Tom indulged himself a little on the Sentinels.
How many did you buy?
I bought 3.
Holy shit!
That's what I would have done. Yeah.
How much? Those were what? 3?
They were. I think they were close to 300. So
dang!
It had been a while since I had treated myself to something super stupid and indulgent, so I got that.
I'll pop this up from Daniel Carhoonan for you. That Sentinel figure had broken knees and has trouble standing up. Do you have any issues with yours?
Luckily enough, mine didn't. I haven't had any issues, so I don't. I think it was kind of like a case by case basis because mine were fine. Cool. Thankfully, yeah.
Well, maybe part of it.
I heard it was pretty easy to fix. It's like tightening something on it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, but hey, that's too much work, Rebecca.
Too much work for some people.
Yeah.
They
gotta go on the internet and complain about it. Maybe make a video about it.
I have a weird. That's my
like
weird.
My
weird mutant power is when I get figures like that have some kind of defect or power malfunction or whatever. For some reason, the ones that I get don't.
You better go knock on some wood, sir.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen to you.
Like that Green Goddess figure from Classics.
Yeah.
I never shattered. I have 2 of them. They're both perfectly fine.
Nice.
Yeah, but it might be a thing as well as how the etiquette that they have with their figures.
That's true.
Some might get them out of the package and they're trying to immediately
they're just
maneuver
smashing those Sentinels together. It's like, my knees aren't working.
Yeah.
Well, like as soon as I got this guy out of the box, like I touched his right arm and it popped out, and I was like, "Oh no, is there something broken?" And I was looking and nothing broken, and I was like, "Okay, well, they're removable. They should be able to pop back in." And I couldn't get it back in. I was like, "Oh no, is the peg defective or something?" And I got out one of my other Mythic Legions figures and compared it, and it was like, "No, the peg looks the same. Okay, it's really hard to get it in there." But like, yeah, you just plug away at it.
The real Joe wouldn't have that kind of problem.
It's funny because
the moment you said that, I was waiting. I was waiting for somebody to make some kind of comment. I just didn't know who was going to say it.
You've watched enough of the show that you know that we got to immediately pounce on such things.
Right. Yeah,
but like, Rebecca.
It just wouldn't stay in. So yeah, you just had to really jam it in there as hard as you could.
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty small to me.
Oh, and that's another funny thing is that the other figure that I brought out was the green orc looking dude, whatever, Kurzog or whatever, and it's the same sculpt. I can't remember what name they gave him. I call him Sangor because I think that sounds cool. But anyway, it's the exact same like buck, the same sculpt and everything, but this one is like 10% bigger or whatever. It's you can barely notice it unless you're actually holding them side by side. But I thought that was interesting because they kept the pegs the same size, so you can actually put like the smaller arms on this guy and make him look goofy. But yeah,
he's so cool.
I kind of hate you a little bit right now because I'm like, I feel like
I want
have to go
right?
buy one.
He's
so
beautiful.
Fun.
Yeah, all their work is always amazing.
Yeah,
Probably
I haven't dabbled.
Be, like favorite toy company right now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Mythic Legion's best.
The only ones from that line that I have is I don't know his name. I was gifted one from a fan of the show, Curtis Ackerman, and then I got the one that looks like Battle Cat.
Oh yeah,
and those are the only 2 that I have, but I kind of want to get that one.
I just pre-ordered the one that looks like Stratos and Web Store.
I thought about getting those as well.
The Stratos one looks really cool.
I am disappointed though because it was my own stupidity. I knocked over the one that's based on He-Man and the shield broke.
Aw.
So I can glue it. I just got to do it. It's just in my mind. I know that it's still broken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What kind of glue do you use for the repairs?
I don't know. Got a recommendation?
It depends. Like, for me, sometimes like if it's a part that doesn't need to move, like on the 2000X line, if the hair comes off, you can just use like nail glue or whatever, or crazy glue, same thing, and just pop it on there. If it's something that's gonna be like a little more like stress bearing,
You have to
I like
hold
to
it
use-
together for it to hold till it holds.
Yeah, I
that-
like to use Gorilla Glue, but you got to be careful because it does kind of like make a mess, and you have to have it like held in place pretty well.
E6000 and super glues are my go-tos. Sometimes I'll use both, but like I'll kind of just use a little bit of super glue just to hold it so that I don't have to sit there and hold it because E6000 takes forever to dry.
Right, yeah.
So like just a little bit of super glue just to hold it so that I don't have to sit here like this holding it.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I think from now on, if I have to use the Gorilla Glue, I'll do a little bit of super glue dab here and there so that I can just
super glue. You got to be careful because with certain paints, it'll leave like a residue over it. Even if you put it here, the white crust will like appear on shit. So
yeah. Most of the time, you can just sort of scrape that off with a razor pretty easily. But if it's on like a textured surface or a painted surface, you gotta be careful.
Just be mindful of it.
Right.
So sometimes
Rebecca,
it doesn't work at all, but yeah.
Did you check your email? Did you get the Filmation Bible and stuff that I sent?
I did. Thank you for that.
Okay, yeah.
I did not save that off of the org, and I did not have a copy of it. So
yeah, and I went and I checked to see if old.heman.org is still up, and it's not. So
nope, I told you.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Johnny has a lot of stuff saved from that website. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I know who to come to in the
that's why I was
event
like,
that I need.
You have the Bible, great.
I'm going to say that huge database had a lot of great stuff on it, and it's gone.
Yeah, because like I sent
archives.
you the series Bible, the series style guide, and what was the third thing? There was a third one that I sent, I think.
Oh, what was it? Let me see.
Style guide.
I got like 3 or 4 emails from you.
Yeah. The first was the Bible, and then the style guide, and something else. Yeah, they were all related to the Filmation show. I can't remember, but
thank you for those.
Yeah,
I did not have them saved.
Well, I know I said this like 30 minutes ago or so, but I'll go ahead and just wrap it up, and we'll keep talking a little bit after the show and like all that stuff. But Tom, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Faker Joe, thank you for joining in.
And do you guys want to tell them like where to find you, whatever?
Oh yeah, go ahead and plug your shit.
Tom Bryski art on Instagram, but I really seriously need to update that thing because I think the last time I posted on it was 2019. So I am working on stuff, and I will be updating it relatively soon. So
maybe put those concepts on there, sir.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? But yeah, I'm going to be putting some stuff up there, some things that I'm working on. So
cool.
So just go ahead and add it, and then at some point you'll see something new.
I don't know though, with the way the algorithms work these days, there are pages when people post things, I don't even see them in the feed anymore. I have to actually go there.
I get mystery people that I've never talked to or never met who like randomly will like the first 3 images. I'm like, well, you're totally a bot.
Yeah.
This is not a real person.
Yeah, I think
probably me.
Like all of my followers on Twitter are just like bot girl, like, hey, come check out my nudie stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, sure.
I'll get weird ones too. They're like travel. I must hit a algorithm because I travel a lot and I see like I look up a lot of places that I want to go check out and stuff like that. So I'll get like weird ones like that'll be about like traveling to like Italy and stuff like that, and
I thought about that.
travel agency kind of things. It's like
That's weird.
Skynet is real, man.
Yeah.
Skynet is real.
Johnny, where can people
Yeah.
find you or work on?
Well, I'm not on any social, so
Oh,
really
good for
the only
you.
thing-
Good
yeah,
for
the
you,
only thing-
sir.
The only thing that I have where people could look me up is on thelostfanfilm.com, and it has my Lost Boys fan film.
Cool.
And yeah, I gotta like figure out like if I'm gonna do like an Etsy shop or something like that, because I have a bunch of stuff that I want to sell. I was looking into Redbubble because I know you can actually you can legally sell fan art there because they have a license agreement, and like I have a bunch of old fan art that I'd like to get some money for. So yeah,
Do
Just have a Fun Flam and Gorky.
yeah, yeah. That's the other one is the Flim Flam and Gorky show. That's our YouTube channel is just called the Flim Flam and Gorky Show. But if you just type in Flim Flam and Gorky, it should be the first thing that pops up.
I would hope.
Yeah, it's pretty specific. Like, if you just type in Gorky though, like you're gonna get stuff like about Gorky Park and things like that. But yeah, and yeah, Flim Flam is actually one word because it's a name.
Flim Flam and Fly.
Flim Flam and Gorky. But yeah, yeah, that's the other current project that I'm working on. Eventually we're gonna do another episode. Like I'm still writing the next script, and like all this other stuff came up all at the same time where I had to fly out to Kentucky and I had to do this and that, and then there's PowerCon and everything else, and I'm like, okay, eventually I'll get back to this episode, and yeah, I've still almost got it done.
Nice.
So cool.
I love the last one you did on a Cyborg. That was cool.
Yeah, and obviously our next one is going to be the follow-up on that where we review the director's cut of that. Cool. And it should be a lot shorter episode because all we have to do is point out the differences between the Van Damme version and the director's cut. So
cool.
Awesome.
And yes, for those of you who don't know, I call it the Van Damme version because the theatrical release of Cyborg literally was edited by Van Damme, so it is literally a Van Damme version.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That it was edited by him.
Yeah.
Van
and that's why it has Van Damme vision in it, where like he's like whoosh, 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 from like 4 different angles or whatever. That's Van Damme vision. It literally is because he's the one that came up with that editing.
He's such an odd man.
Yeah.
When you just hear about all the stories, especially with Street Fighter, and how he was just like coked out of his mind every day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but I think we can all agree that it's still the best live action G.I. Joe film we've gotten to date. So.
Yep.
I would actually have to say the best live action G.I. Joe film is Predator.
Yeah, I can see that one.
The first like 2/3 of that movie is what you would want to see from a G.I. Joe movie, just with more blood.
American Ninja's pretty much Snake Eyes.
All right, Tom, where does Jim Cotta fit?
Jim Cotta is pretty much my favorite.
Cotta.
Yeah, where can we?
My favorite G.I. Joe movie.
All right, I guess I'll say this again for the third time.
On that note,
on that note, I hope everyone enjoyed like this very strange, odd episode of Fans of Power.
Seems to be a common trend whenever I'm there.
where the 2 original hosts of this show ended up not being on it by the time we finished up.
Yeah, I'd like to tell people don't get used to this format, but I don't know what the future holds.
The next time I'm on, it's going to whittle down to just one.
No, see, the next time that you're on,
it's just going to be me.
Yeah,
exactly.
One show.
Welcome to Fans of Power.
We should do that one day, or it's just like we pick a guest and then it's just a one-man show and they just run the show by themselves.
Yeah, just talk about whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what we do.
And what's the deal with coat hangers?
It's just going to be a watch along with Jim Cotta. You know that's what it's going to
Yeah.
There we go. There we
Yep.
go.
okay, everybody.
What's
get
Tom
ready
gonna
and
do?
hit
Oh,
play.
okay. He's just gonna do a commentary for Jim.
So we
Cotta, huh?
definitely need to get you back when we do Jim Cotta as now for something different.
Oh yeah. No, that would be if we do that. Like
Because I know
Tom
Tyler's
has
not
to-
gonna.
I like the add-on. If we do that.
Yeah.
I know I'd have no problem doing it, but the thing is, like Tyler wouldn't be there because I don't think Tyler has any interest. Joe might be there, but given how when you're on the show, he either
Yes.
doesn't talk much or disappears.
There'll be me, John, and you guys. So
Yeah.
Just hold
There's
up,
four.
hold up a Blu-ray case of a movie that
and
Tyler
Johnny,
would
if you want
watch.
to come too, you
And
can
just
watch Jim
replace
Cotta.
I mean, if Joe doesn't want to do it,
With
I'll
DVD.
jump in. Yeah.
So yeah, we now dub the stuntman Joe.
Because
Okay.
Oh.
You're Joe Amato's stuntman.
Yeah, well, and because I literally, I was certified by the United Stuntmen's Association in 1996, so
Oh,
I am technically a stuntman.
How old are
Mhm.
you?
if you're comfortable saying it.
If you're comfortable, you don't have to. Sorry, I put you on the spot.
No, I want someone to guess.
I
'Cause
thought
I
you
think
were
I just
pretty
gave
young.
you a big cue.
Thirty-
but-
I thought you
38.
were pretty young to me. I thought you and you're probably like in the same age as like Tyler and I. And
I'm
That's
gonna
what I
guess. I'm gonna guess 38.
Close.
yeah,
Close.
46.
wait,
I'm
what?
46. I'm 46.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
man! Everybody's looking good for their age. You gotta say.
Yeah, it's that Joe Amato diet.
Yeah, the ramen and hookers will keep you young forever.
Ramen and hookers. I want
don't know
that
what
on
it-
a shirt.
Mike,
I don't know. What, I mean,
my
look, man,
grandfather.
look. Parking lot hot dogs is what keeps
Mhm.
Joe Amato young, right? Oh,
When my
jeez.
grandfather
Tell
was
him Happy did it. Tell him-
when
your
my
grandpappy
grandfather was
did it. Good
102.
for me.
Oh, your grandfather
No,
was
no.
102.
No, he was 101 at the time. Someone asked him, like, what's the secret to long life? And he said, booze and women. And I don't think he was kidding.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, because he didn't die until he was 105 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think what he pulled from that is booze and women probably made him happy, and happiness is the key to life, and is what keeps you going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because if
Thank
you're
you for the
miserable and
subtext.
stressed, then you're gonna die sooner.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how much. I don't know how
Nathan
much longer
translates
Tyler's
the
got
subtext
left.
for us, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do. I guess I could do the like and subscribe thing, but what's the point?
Oh wait, we're
Yeah,
still
I mean,
recording.
If
We're
people
still
are
live,
sticking
man.
around- if they're still around, yeah, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe because you probably already
ended
did.
it a good
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes ago.
No, man. It says here live 2 hours 53 minutes.
What's
Yeah.
the
Nice.
longest you've ever had an episode go?
I think we had one that was over 3. I think.
That was our Conan the Destroyer when Joe was not here.
Yeah. See, then that's what happens when
It's
Joe's not
Joe
here.
not
it's
keeping
just
us on
we're-
track.
It just,
We'll
it
just
just
keep
drags
talking.
on forever.
We just have
Yeah.
such a good time, and if Joe's not here to keep track of us, we'll just keep talking.
And we
Yeah,
had
see,
we
that's
had
the
people
thing
in the
is-
chat.
I bring chaos. To the
I if I come on again, I want to be on when Joe's on because I feel like me and him would talk about a lot. But
Right? I don't know where
yeah.
the fuck he went.
yeah, I do think it probably was the tech frustration, but
Probably.
Yeah.
He gets
I
very
get
And
frustrated
Tom.
with technology
Tom
easily.
did it.
Well,
No.
I'm a given.
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
you're-
I'm frankly surprised all of you stayed.
Well,
I don't
see,
even know how I got here.
I kind of have to. 'Cause I gotta push everything, all the buttons.
Yeah, that would be bad. Like I come on and you guys invite me in and then immediately leave. And it's just me hanging out.
Might do that
Don't-
next
And
time.
I don't have
Don't
any.
ruin the surprise for the audience. Come on.
And the control of the whole thing doesn't revert over to me. It's
Oh
just like,
no, yeah.
It's just
I'm stuck
floating
here.
there. It's-
yeah. This is where
You
you,
can't
live
leave your
now,
room.
Tom.
Can't
it's-
leave.
it's-
I hope
Maybe,
you
maybe
brought
this is what it was. He couldn't
It
process
has
the
a
idea.
brother.
What's that? What's that? What does it say? Is like sometimes like seeing your own reflection, like in a mirror, like
Yeah.
you see
See, we should have had the bit where they were like.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Each
yeah,
other.
yeah,
That would have been pretty good.
yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll do the
Yeah.
Joe Amato thing. Until next time, have a powerful day. What a
Bye-bye.
crazy
Joe.
episode. Thanks, guys.
It was a great